All right, hello, hello. The rare, uh, the rare Tuesday stream. Oh, my phone says I'm live. Manage your mobile dashboard. Yeah, so I think we're live. Twitch, how are you? Twitch, are you good? Okay, sweet. Looks like we're golden. Yeah, so today, I'm covering the Idubbbz concern trolling video. I did pre-watch it, to know that it's even worth responding to. Not even responding, just covering, I guess. Because like the first half of this video, let me lower my gain actually, because I'm a little louder now. Lower it to 15. I'm peaking the mic. Peaking the audio at least, maybe not the mic. 15 seems a little too low. Let's bring that up to 17. 16 and a half. There we go. Okay. So, yeah. Get chat up. Let me double check I'm even in the right categories. Adding. Okay, we're good. Also testing audio again, as always. I think it was pretty good for the No Good Noel stream, but yeah. So we got two things on the docket primarily. I guess kind of three. The first one is concern trolling by Idubbbz. Do not concern troll. So it only has 100,000 views despite being 6 hours. I think it's probably not accurate, but I do kind of wonder if people are losing interest in Idubbbz finally. And then after that, we have Cameronf305, who that's going to be a two-parter. We're just going to watch his videos today, and then probably Thursday. I'm probably going to switch to Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, or maybe just Tuesday and Thursday. We will be watching the allegations, because I'm assuming at some point somebody's got to make an allegation video in the next couple days. Otherwise, we'll just watch some other streamer talk about it. But we're not there yet. I haven't organized that yet, so let's just get into this video.
Now, thankfully for me, I have the majority of this video already recorded. This is just a little addendum. I think an addendum is something that you put at the end, but this is a predendum. I'm throwing in a little predendum. Something that I've been struggling with for a long time on YouTube is concern trolling. The thing that I really struggle with is not identifying concern trolling. The difficult part of it is when there are people who have authentic concern out there and the concern trolls are concerned over the same thing. So I'm like, oh fuck, I'm giving in to the concern trolls by addressing, you know, this segment of the population or this segment of my fan base who have genuine concerns. So I don't want to let the trolls inhibit my ability to communicate to my fans or people who are confused out there. So I want to talk about Creator Clash. I want to talk about the structure of the business and how it's changed over the years, and just sort of put to rest any of the lies that are being spread out there about Anissa, about me, and about the event.
People have been lying about you?
My main incentive for sharing this information is that I have felt extremely handcuffed by Creator Clash these past years because I'm not an expert communicator and I don't know how to convey things, not over communicate, not do all these things that potentially put the event at risk and put other people at risk. And that's kind of why I wanted to step away from this event. It feels like it's inhibiting my ability, like the business side of things, like inhibits my ability to communicate openly and effectively, especially when there's so many people counting on me to do that well. So it's a lot of pressure, and now that Anissa and I have stepped away from it, I want to just clear the air because I don't feel that same pressure that I
feel like I missed something already because he's talking a bit faster. His editing is a bit more cutty. So he said that running the event is inhibiting his ability to communicate. I think I got that, but I want to hear that again.
I want to talk about Creator Clash. I want to talk about the structure of the business and how it's changed over the years, and just sort of put to rest any of the lies that are being spread out there about Anissa, about me, and about the event. My main incentive for sharing this information is that I have felt extremely handcuffed by Creator Clash these past years because I'm not an expert communicator, and I don't know how to convey things, not over-communicate, not do all these things that potentially put the event at risk and put other people at risk.
So I feel like after, because Creator Clash skipped a year, so after 4 years, you should learn how to do that. Also, that makes me wonder if what really killed Creator Clash was actually Freddie Wong leaving. Because I mean, that just seems to be a direct connection. If he's like worried about his poor communication, that's the thing that Freddie Wong criticized the most.
And that's kind of why I wanted to step away from this event. It feels like it's inhibiting my ability, like the business side of things, like inhibits my ability to communicate openly and effectively, especially when there's so many people counting on me to do that well. So it's a lot of pressure, and now that Anissa and I have stepped away from it, I want to just clear the air because I don't feel that same pressure that I did when I was part of the event. If you look into charity events, they come in so many different shapes and sizes, and there is really no format that is completely obvious for creator boxing plus charity.
Does there need to be? I feel like creator boxing plus charity actually almost goes hand in hand. What does that mean? Like, what are the specific challenges of this method that you have chosen versus like any other method? I feel like this is just like, it's not even the problem isn't even really the boxing part or charity plus boxing. It's just basic organizational skill. Not basic, I suppose they could be more advanced, but even then, like, we're in the internet era. Like, how hard could that, like, I guess the issue with criticizing that specifically is I don't know the scale behind all of it, so maybe it is hard, maybe it's really easy. I have a Discord of like 15 people. How many fighters were there? There was like 16. And those are the people you need to primarily be communicating with, right? Maybe like once in a while communicating with sponsors or whatever. So, yeah. What's up with that?
For the first Creator Clash, we had the business model of after everyone has been paid for, the expenses of the event, all profits go to charity.
But what about the Fight of the Night bonus? That's the main thing. That's like one of the biggest things is what about the Fight of the Night bonus that people got? That seems like free charity? Or maybe this is actually something that I wouldn't have a problem with if he explained it well. Is if they paid everybody, they got all their costs out of the way, and then they were like, okay, we hit like a bajillion dollars in charity funds, maybe we could give a little bit more back to the fighters, which I actually wouldn't even have that much of an issue with. I think that's pretty reasonable.
That was the business model, and it was successful.
That's just not how he's explaining
Thankfully, it worked out the first year. Now, some people will be critical of one of the costs being parties for Creator Clash 2 and actually Creator Clash 1, because that's where we got the idea from. It was very successful for Creator Clash 1, or the event was successful. We don't know if the party worked to encourage people to promote the event, but that was...
Wait. What? The party that... Okay, look, there's very little actual promotion that you're able to effectively do if you're hosting a party right before the thing happened, right? Am I schizoid theory right now? If you're hosting a party right before an event happens, what promotion are you getting from that?
is the idea. You get a bunch of creators to show up to a fucking hotel the night before their fight, and they're going to post about it on social media, and the internet will be abuzz. And the event...
So am I crazy? I thought all the fights were on the same night. Because if it was like a week-long thing, I could see that being a bit more helpful. But if it's all on the same night, not really. I think that's actually a pretty dumb thing. Unless, I guess maybe if you're trying to encourage pay-per-views. But also, weren't there like very little posts about the party anyway?
It was successful, so we thought that strategy of having, you know, a little hubbub, a little hullabaloo before the event and after the event was a good idea. So we ran with that strategy again, hoping that creators will post about it and be excited about it and buzz will be generated. But it didn't happen. Or maybe it did happen, but it just didn't sell tickets.
No, it didn't happen. Creators just barely posted about the party, and when they did, they were like, oh, this is just a party. This isn't about Creator Clash. I mean, also, what kind of fucking sales are you expecting to get whenever you actually do a party, right? Like, what are you expecting out of that? Just got a Twitch notification. Somebody went live. I don't know. That seems like pretty, ill-advised.
I would cross that off my list as a learning experience of, well, if you do this strategy, you either got to force people to post about it, or you have to fucking, I don't know, not do it. You gotta make sure that people are slapping each other during the weigh-in. That's probably what I'd change it to, because it's cheaper, you know? It's a lot cheaper if people slap each other during the weigh-in.
I mean, you can't change it now. You canceled it. I mean, you could have changed it. You actually had the opportunity to, and then you gave away Creator Clash to the previous runners who have my equal amount of confidence in their ability to run it.
I just wasn't about that. I was just like, I don't want this fake drama shit. For the second Creator Clash, we used...
Why? Why? Oh my god, that's horrible. You do want fake drama shit. You're trying to fucking promote an event. You need all the stuff you can get, especially after the second one failed. I mean, you should do it anyway to maximize the amount of money that's going to charity. You shouldn't care about what you want. I mean, I guess to a degree, sure, whatever. But like, that feels, as per usual, very short-sighted.
The same business model. This time we increased the budget, we had more fighters, we had a bigger arena, and more expenses in general. As a result of that, there were a lot more costs, and our ticket sales did not make up those costs.
Yeah, it was
seemed
piracy.
Very obvious that this was not the way to run the charity boxing event.
So then you did the exact same thing again.
We told our business partners, we are not going to do this event again unless it can be promised to us that there was a way to guarantee money for charity. And the business model that was presented to us was what we're enacting, or what we did enact this year with Creator Clash 3. And that is, the for-profit side of the business is unincorporated with the charity aspect. So the charity partner is its own fundraiser that we sort of like push people to, you know, before, during, and after the event. I think where some of the confusion is that many people don't understand how charity events operate, because to be honest, they're all very different.
I mean, you just said that you don't know how a charity event operates either. So, or you don't understand communication, which that's like how that's how you operate any event ever at all, is you need communication. That's like the primary like skill behind events. So,
and with something like a charity boxing event, there's a lot of money that you have to front to put it on in the first place. And if you have an investor, you're able to do that. That investor is going to want money, they're going to want profit, but that at least gives you the initial funds to put on the event. There are other charity initiatives and events that allow people to spend...
I feel like that's also not true. I feel like you don't need that much money to throw on an event. I feel like maybe you just contacted particularly money-grubbing people if you really needed that much money to even like start the event. Because, like, realistically, what's preventing you from just hosting this in your own home? Right? Unless I'm, like, insane, which I might be, you don't know. Why couldn't you host this just in your house? I feel like you totally could. I mean, not with the same people, right? But like if you're just getting an event started, why not?
Money for a ticket and immediately get a product, and also their money goes to charity. Those are usually big fucking conglomerates. Charity boxing event, there's a lot of money that you have to front to put it on in the first place. And if you have an investor, you're able to do that. That investor is going to want money, they're going to want profit, but that at least gives you the initial funds to put on the event.
So I want to hear who the investor is who is taking money from this charity event. I'm wondering if it's Aaron. He's the only person who's like semi-relevant to this at all, who could be even like considered an investor. So is it Hanson? Tell me, is it Hanson? You can tell me, Idubbbz.
Other charity initiatives and events that allow people to spend money for a ticket and immediately get a product, and also their money goes to charity. Those are usually big fucking conglomerates, giant companies that can afford that cost because they're selling you other things. Some people have an idea of charity events as being like a strictly altruistic thing where everyone is just sacrificing their time and energy and money for the charity. To put on a boxing event costs a lot of money. And even in other examples like GDQ, Games Done Quick is a...
Does GDQ also pay its players $45,000, $50,000?
A charity event, but they're not like a charity themselves. You know, they run a business and they partner with a charity and they fundraise for the charity. They send people to the charity, and
I don't think Idubbbz actually knows how GDQ works. I feel like he's just using it as an example of another charity organization. Or Idubbbz is bad at explaining things, which is very much more likely to be the case. Because he can't even explain like his own problems, right? So like, I don't know. I feel like it's gotta be easier than he's saying, but he's just horrid at communication, which also probably leads up to a bunch of other issues.
thankfully, they have, you know, multiple ways of being paid and paying the people who are running the show. That might be through payment from the charity. That might be through their own, like, Twitch stream or merchandise. I just know that for a charity boxing event in the form of Creator Clash, there aren't too many ways to recoup your money other than ticket sales. And that was obviously the biggest challenge of the previous two events. When it does well, awesome. But when it doesn't, it's a huge problem. It remains to be seen whether the for-profit business side of the event will be successful. But the main controversy, I would say, is that it was revealed with the change of ownership that Anissa and I, because we're 1/3 ownership of Creator Clash, the business, that we were getting...
I do wonder if that's a Freudian slip. If they actually may still be the owners. Of the event. I just feel like he lies a lot. like I don't know. The general stuff with Ethan Klein was a pretty bad showing, so I wouldn't be surprised if he does just lie. Not constantly, but definitely more than a normal person, right? So, I mean, maybe he did, maybe he didn't. We'll I don't even know if we will end up seeing, because the other people involved, Aaron Hansen, Alana Pierce, and all those, and I don't know about Ethan Nestor. That was another video idea I wanted, not a video idea, but like a stream idea that I wanted to do, is covering the controversies of at least Alana Pierce and Egoraptor. But I don't know how that would turn out, because I don't have a lot of research into Ethan Nestor specifically. I don't know if he's done anything controversial ever. He might be actually hyper controversial, like Alana Pierce. I just don't know.
getting 34% of the profit share. We weren't anticipating this event doing well. Like, we wanted to do well enough to pay back the investors, of course. So that's one of the reasons that we were, okay.
I mean, that sounds like your investors' fault for looking at how Creator Clash 2 turned out and being like, yeah, we should still do that.
Okay with the profit share thing, but another part of it as well is that the contract wasn't structured in a way that the profit share could just directly go to charity. It was told to us, like, you could just donate your portion of the profit share to charity after the event. So we were like, okay, fine. And now I know some people will find it hard to believe that.
So, like, first off, I don't think that actually explains what he was going to say about the profit share. I want to go back just to see. Profit share. I think this is probably close enough.
Main controversy, I would say, is that it was revealed with the change of ownership that Anissa and I, because we're 1/3 ownership of Creator Clash, the business.
The main controversy is that you're bad at running a business. That's like the real main controversy. Okay. I think that covers the main part pretty well. This part, who cares? I mean, it's definitely a big issue, but I don't think it's the main issue.
That we were getting 34% of the profit share. We weren't anticipating this event doing well. Like, we wanted to do well enough to pay back the investors.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious that they were still going to be like, yeah, the profit didn't do well. I wonder how that works. I didn't think about that. I wonder how that works. Like, sorry, I'm drinking coffee because it's very late. And I've been very tired lately. You met Idubbbz? Whoa. I would have liked to have met Idubbbz like a few years ago. I guess I would still like to meet him and like pick his brain about stuff. But yeah, I wonder if like this is like a tax write-off where Idubbbz and Anissa still get money and then they can just write off all of their money failures. We had the same fight on the way home from Rhode Island. I don't know that. Oh, same flight. Oh, that's cool. Oh, no way. Wait, so was that the Rhode Island one? You filmed the truth about Idubbbz? No way. So are you one of what, Sam Hyde's crew? That's crazy. Wait. Let me look into that real quick. That's insane. The truth about Idubbbz. At the airport, he asked me all these questions about women and men, and I thought I was in a gender studies class. Does anyone know how to get a hamster out of a hole in a sink? Wait, I'll read that in a second. That looks funny. One sec. I'm trying to see if Sam fucking credits the Eric 44? Merrick Daves. Merrick Daves is the filmer. This page is not available. Well, that's really cool that you did that. I think the truth about Idubbbz is a way better video than Idubbbz's video. That's awesome. So were you like the sole, I don't even know what the right word is. Cameraman? Were you the sole cameraman? And then it says change to Derek Maves, yeah. Okay. I don't know how to verify that, but like that's pretty cool. I'm trying to think of a good question because I wasn't expecting that. If you truly are the cameraman you say you are. Is you gay? Are you gay? Is you am gay? Oh, holy shit. Yeah, look, I just went to your profile. Yeah, that's cool. What do you think of Fish Tank? Are you excited for Fish? Are you one of the cameramen on Fish Tank? Because I have friends who would definitely like to ask you questions if you are. They donate to Fish Tank. They fucking watch that shit live. Okay, what's that other guy? Does anyone know how to get a hamster out of the hole in the sink? I was giving a little fucker a bath when he crawled down it backwards like it was Mike Pence's gaping asshole. I tried to coax him out by blowing sick vape clouds in his face, but just proceeded to blind him. He told me this was okay via spoken telepathy. So true. God. Just getting like brain blast after brain blast. That's crazy. That's crazy. Epic streamer reaction. That's crazy. That's so true. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. That's great. You can put the hamster. Wait, no, the hamster going in the fucking disposal is not good. But you can put him in like a little bowl, and then if you can fit the bowl in the disposal, put him in a bowl, and then turn the disposal on, and it'll shoot out. Because of the friction of the fucking teeth on the bowl colliding, or it'll crush the bowl in the hamster. Either's a solution to getting him out of there. One might be more preferable to the other. Dude, that's crazy. I do want to meet Idubbbz. I would like to meet Idubbbz and Anissa, but the issue is I think I would fucking interrogate them. I wouldn't. I would ask them so many questions about all the shit they've done. That must feel like interrogation because it's so fucked up everything that's happened. Did he ask you anything else, or was it all about like women and men and probably about Sam? Or was this like this was after, right? So it wouldn't have been about Sam probably because he was like. I just imagine he was super despondent and depressed. He was just like, So, what do you think about men having their foreskins cut off? What do you think about women getting paid less? Stuff like that. That's crazy. Well, it's nice to meet you. Give you a follow. You haven't streamed in a few years, but if you do, I would want to see. I did kind of want to watch that, but I also feel like it's something everybody has seen or should see. The Getting Away with It. Not Getting Away with It. The Truth About Idubbbz. Getting Away with It is not a great documentary. It's fine. But I hate that fucking irony circle bit. That is such a stupid section of the video. Alright, let's keep going.
Of course. So that's one of the reasons that we were, okay with the profit share thing. But another part of it as well is that the contract wasn't structured in a way that the profit share could just directly go to charity. It was told to us like you could just donate your portion of the profit share to charity after the event. So we were like, okay, fine. And
so this is one of the things that seems weird to me. It's also one of the things that I think business-wise is definitely harder to appeal to everyone about is Like, if you're doing a charity event, should you get paid? I'm iffy on that. Because I kind of think that you should get paid. At least enough for all the work that you've put in. But at the same time, these are, like, LA people. And, like, the event should be profitable in and of itself, in the sense that it's bringing attention to everybody involved. But since Idubbbz and Anissa... Shit. I've had a lot of coughing fits today. God damn. Yeah, but it's debatable how much Ian and Anissa should get paid for this, because I wouldn't say that you shouldn't get paid for a lot of hard work, but as a charity event, I think it's up in the air. But 34% of potentially, how much did Creator Clash 1 earn? Wait, is there a number out there? How much did Creator Clash 1 make? It just says 1.3 million for charity. So I think he goes into it later, so it's whatever. But 34% of the total profits, I'm assuming that's pre-charity. But post-paying the fighters, maybe it's pre-paying the fighters. That's still a shitload of money, potentially. I think it was like something like 1.8 million, so he's getting like $600,000.
Now, I know some people will find it hard to believe that Anissa and I were just going to give our portion of the profit share to charity. There's nothing I could really say to, I think, convince them otherwise. It was up to our discretion at the end of the day, and if you don't believe us, I can't say anything that'll change your mind. I guess my only appeal is that year one, we made a bunch of money for charity, and I just got the fighters' pay like everyone else. In year two of the event, we definitely got nothing.
Wait. Sorry, I just realized you can change our mind. You can post how much you fucking... how much you donated. Post the fucking receipt.
So yeah, having said all this, I know that there's probably a lot of you out there who honestly don't care, and you're just like, you want to see boxing, or you just want to see regular videos. I get that. For my soul, I needed to communicate it. So yeah, that's a big relief for me. I mean, I'm very happy that, you know, this year money is being raised for charity, and I'm glad to know that it's already more successful than than year two. Mission accomplished.
That's not Creator Clash raising it, though. I will stand on this. That is not Creator Clash raising the money. That is fucking Ethan and Hassan getting into a fight, and them both doing charity streams on their own to raise money for charity. It's not even going through Creator Clash. It's literally nothing. It's literally like... it's just nothing. It's just not what he says it is. It's just not true.
As far as I'm concerned.
I responded to his personal attack with a joke, and then he hit me with a concern troll.
From the right, there's a lot of concern trolling around small businesses.
This is the most boring kind of concern troll.
Get Snoop Dogg and Tupac the concern troll.
Concern trolling. You need to address this issue, man, because you are offending the trans community. Shut up.
That is such poor concern trolling.
Lindsey Graham did a lot of concern trolling about this.
His concern trolling is empirically wrong.
Oh, dude, this is like the hardest concern trolling I've ever heard in my entire life, dude.
You don't answer to the concern trolls.
I've been working on my laugh lately. I'm trying to get it to a level.
It's just a compilation of
contagious.
him getting people to say, concern trolling. Ah! Ah! Concern trolling. Cat's here. It's a cat stream.
I haven't figured it out. I'll let you guys know when I figure it out. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Idubbbz Complains. In the last couple of videos, I got a lot of comments. Now, I don't have time to read all 150,000 comments, but I also don't want to let down my audience, you know? I want them to know that I hear you. I hear your concerns, and I'm listening. I've put all 150,000 comments into the AI, and I told it to condense it down into a singular comment that is representative of the whole.
Okay, so I have like a Spurg moment to talk about with this. Because I like Paradox games and I follow Paradox people. Lathe, the social streamers, actually did a bit with AI condensing comments. You can actually do as many AI condensed comments as you want. So he only did... I'm assuming he just did one just for the sake of getting the video out quick because this took fucking forever. So, yeah. Why only one? Probably just for the sake of the video. You actually probably did like 12.
My hope is that the one comment will perfectly represent a small fragment of everyone in the audience, so everyone is equally happy.
I mean, what can you say? I mean, obviously, it's just like shit eating for the sake of it, right?
Okay, hold on a sec. So I'm kind of lost. Who's Hassan again? But hey, it's cool to see a content cop after all these years. Still, I gotta say, something feels different, man. Did we lose the plot somewhere? I miss the old days, but whatever. Keep doing you, I guess. Anyway, peace out. I'm gonna go rewatch some Filthy Frank now.
So, also, I think that I think he only got this comment because it's specifically, like, concern trolls. I wouldn't be surprised if he actually did, like, 20 or 30 comments. Oh, God.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm a big fan of the one comment because I feel like it perfectly encapsulates a comment from like a normie viewer who maybe watched you 5 years ago, but you know, they don't keep up with the drama or anything. When I first started my research on concern trolling, I was trying to find scholars on the topic. I know it hasn't been around for that long, but I'm like, surely there's someone who is well versed in the art of the troll.
He's mastered that art of trolling.
To my surprise, the scholar on this topic is Anita Sarkeesian. Yeah, it's been almost a decade since like the Gamergate time, and go figure, the white guy 8 years later is like, I think Anita Sarkeesian was kind of onto something.
My girlfriend was like, he does not look like Fade Routha. Why does he think he looks like Fade Routha? Maybe he did before he like filmed the video or after, and he just like reshaved his head. Because I kind of agree, he does not look like Fade Routha.
There's a lot of assholes on the internet, and they're kind of...
That was that alien feller that you just saw.
Misogynistic, too, I think. It's crazy what a little CTE or the love of a woman will do to you.
Unfortunately, that's not the only species of
It is hilarious. It is hilarious how, like, little I actually changed from getting a girlfriend. Like, I think I'm just, like, a bit more motivated, but I didn't have, like, a completely giant, enormous fucking, like, personality switch. I mean, Ian didn't either, right? He had one, like, when Anissa had her personality switch. When she got a new one online. So it's, like... I don't know. It just seems like a dumb comment. That is another thing. I have noticed that Idubbbz has been, like, blaming a lot of shit on Anissa. It's like, oh, it's crazy that what a girlfriend will make you think. You're saying Anissa changed the way you think, right? You know you're saying that. You're saying you do not think for yourself, and you're just absorbing her opinion. You do realize that. And I think that's fine if you're doing stuff like, oh, I just learned that murder is bad. I got a girlfriend, and I realized that I should... stop murdering people. I should stop stealing or whatever the fuck. Not so much for I decided to create an event and then ruin it.
concern troll out there.
The most obvious definition for concern trolling is when someone is pretending to be concerned about a particular subject or cause, when in reality, they don't give a fuck. They're just doing it to either get attention, start a fight, derail a conversation. To be honest, it's very effective, because back in the day, you could identify someone trolling pretty easily, and you can kind of scroll past it. They'd have a name like Shit is Fuckus, and they would say fake and gay. But now
that's not even trolling. What are you talking about? That's literally not even trolling. God, I'm trying to think. Like, back in the day, you would have, like, something awful raids. You would have, like, some insane stuff from obscure websites. and they would start just like berating or going across other websites to find somebody's account and just like fuck with them. It doesn't feel like this is also much concern trolling, or not, just trolling in general. Doesn't feel like that very much. At least I don't think so. I guess Idubbbz obviously does, right? I don't know, that feels like so minute, so tiny. You can't possibly like realistically think that that's trolling. Am I stupid? Am I the dumb one?
Nowadays, it feels like the average troll is going to give you a paragraph or two, and you will not be able to identify straight away if someone is fucking with you or not. Do they hate me? Are they making a point here? Should I rethink my behavior? What the fuck? It seems like they'll oftentimes give you their fan resume to like prove that they're not just some random hater, right? They're not a troll or a hater. They're a fan who's been supporting you since the Kickstarter crap era. They've been supporting you since you made a NFT of your ball sack.
The funny thing about Idubbbz complaining about concern trolling, besides the irony that we will get to soon, wow, that this showed up in your music recommendation? What the fuck? It showed up in music? This is an entertainment. Because there's like no like you have to pick a category and you can't pick fucking drama. Which I think absolutely needs its own fucking like containment zone. Because I am getting recommended to people who do not want to see drama. They just want to see fucking entertainment, right? They want to watch old clips. Mute? No? No way. Alright, well, I'm confused. But my point stands. I do actually get recommended to a lot of people who are just like, why did this show up in my recommended? I want to watch Monty Python clips or some shit like that.
I've been subscribed since the Overgrowth Let's Plays. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to more Overgrowth.
Mew.
Just want to say that this video really missed the mark. Hope that you can do better. Hope that you can do better is such a great thing to say. It's like, you're a piece of shit. Part of the reason I want to...
I mean, I feel like those slight snide ways of remarking that you can do better were like all over the place in the Ethan video. Wait. Shit. Aw, fuck, I pre-watched this? I should have prepared way fucking better. Doesn't Idubbbz say that like a dozen times in the H3 content cop? That's crazy. Content cop H3. Transcript. Do better. That didn't show up. Better? Oh no, I guess he doesn't say that exact phrase. No, okay, so here's a good example of him concern. Oh, this is Matt Lieb concern trolling. Wait, this isn't Idubbbz. The point stands, it's in his video.
Being lighthearted and just having fun with your friends. I think that is when you're at your best. So I'd love.
That's to H3. So yeah, duh, right? That's at a minute and 30. An hour and 4 minutes and 30 seconds. There's concern trolling all over the place in the content cop H3, like by his own standards. Because I'm pretty sure Matt Lieb isn't like a 10-year watcher of the H3 podcast. I'm not gonna bother finding other examples. Let's keep going.
Share this is because I know there are a lot of creators out there who have to deal with this on a regular basis. They have to be the ones to differentiate between authentic and inauthentic. And a lot of the time you just gotta fucking flip a coin or just ignore it outright. And it's really easy to say like, I would handle that really well because my policy is to not give a shit about any of it. But obviously, if you do want to have some sort of relationship with your audience or the internet in general, you do have to give some percentage of attention to what's being said online. That's going to be different for everyone.
That can too. No hate to GMM though. Sorry, I don't know what GMM is. GMM Matt Lieb. Oh, okay. Good Mythical Morning. Oh my god, I should have known that. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't hate them at all. That's like one of my only points that I kind of sort of agree with Idubbbz for, is I think there's a lot of like attacking collaborators. And that Ethan is a little hypocritical towards attacking some people who are collaborating with Hassan and not others. But I like Good Mythical Morning. I think they're fine. I used to watch them a bunch in college.
Now, some people might be worried that I'm giving new strategies to all the trolls out there. But don't worry, they already know these strategies. This is kind of like I think this is in all of us, right? Like, if you want some attention, you're going to figure out a way to get the attention. If you want to fuck with people, you'll figure out how to fuck with people. This isn't like some secret sauce, really. There's a few...
Like who? So... Let me copy this video over. I think Idubbbz does bring in like specific examples.
Nice and...
Let's see. I'm pretty sure off the top of my head, Ethan didn't criticize that one podcast that Hassan went on. The one that has like the anime guy. I think that might literally be his YouTube title, is The Anime Guy. The one who wears like new Taku shirts all the time. Where is it? Here it is. So like he doesn't criticize, I think,
of respect for these comedians because they have power, they're quick, and I think he knows that they don't fuck with his ideology. But he's going to keep that to himself because the last thing that he wants to discover is that people that he respects and looks up to, they don't fuck with him.
Yeah, something like that. I got our notification. Oh, thanks for the subscription. I appreciate it. I think Ian puts it in a pretty bad way. Like, I don't think he explains it right, but I do agree that Ethan could be more all-encompassing. I don't know. I'm iffy on it. I don't want him to just attack every single collaborator. But he is leaving people out, so I don't know. It just seems weird.
Different strategies of dealing with concerned trolls.
Those people were his friends like Ian was, though? Oh, absolutely. Yeah, totally. I don't know the context, because I don't watch H3 podcast. I haven't since before they moved. Like, the last time I watched them was probably, like, 2016 or 17. Like, before that one lady that everyone hates went on, who like stole Ethan's brother or something and married him. I'm hours deep, Jesus. No, you know what? Now that you say it, I think you're right. Where, oh, I just realized that fucks up the image for OBS if I full screen it for myself. Yeah, these people were friends. The main targets were like all friends of the podcast in some way, but all the ones that he didn't target weren't actually like mainstays. That's true. Bishop Paytas. Yeah, Ela's brother. Yeah, that's whenever I stopped watching before Trisha Paytas went on. So I'm... God, you know what? You know, it's cringe. I think the last episode I watched was Jordan Peterson. Because I was like, I don't know about this, and then I stopped watching. Oh God, that was fucking... that was almost a decade ago, wasn't it? Moses, yeah. Yeah, huh. Ian, why didn't you just say something? This could have all been avoided if Ian was just like, I don't think the kids have Giardia, and I don't think Ethan's a bad parent.
You know, try to look.
Don't test me, it's cringe how much I know about this. God, yeah. My knowledge is all like franchises, and I need to get away from that because it's cringe. I know way too much about like Halo and Warhammer and World War II.
Look into their post history, and if they don't come across as credible, if all their post history is wiped, then you can just say, I'm gonna err on the side of you're trolling me. When I listen to Tim Pool, he has like a little bit of a theory on, you know, the left versus right and who is doing more concern trolling.
This is hilarious. This reveals to me that Idubbbz hate watches Tim Pool constantly. I did meet Tim Pool once in real life. It was at a protest in London that Sargon of Akkad was doing. Tim Pool's breath fucking stinks. I don't like him very much.
They're concerned trolls, but it's rare. It rarely happens. On the left, it's endless because people like Patton Oswalt don't care about principle.
Now, I don't fully buy into what Tim Pool is selling here. You can kind of look at the political spectrum as like a spectrum of concern, and people on the left seem to be generally more concerned than people on the right.
No. What? They're just concerned about different things, and both of them thinks that the other ones are stupid.
You can say that people on the right are mostly concerned about themselves. That might be like a fair assessment. If you're somewhere over here where Tim Pool's at, all you got to do to concern...
Tim Pool is literally a Russian op agent who everybody should stop watching. He literally gets paid by the Russian state, okay? No one should ever care about Tim Pool. Yeah, I fucking love Hoi 4. I'm addicted to it. I'm up to 3,000 hours. Playing Bice. Did I miss anything in the video? Yeah, so the first 8 minutes are him talking about Creator Clash. And that was like... I just felt like he was like lying or obscuring a bunch in that one, in that section where he's like, I have bad communication and that's why I had to leave Creator Clash. I also got profits from the first Creator Clash, and the 34% was how that one was set up as well. But the second one had that setting as 2, but we didn't get anything. It's not clear how the profit share works. Like, if they get money before charity or after charity, I don't even know how you'd organize that after charity. So their sponsors also get a pretty decent cut. So if a third is going to their sponsors and a third is going to them, then that means the final third, it goes to the fighters. Let's call that like 5% just for mathematics. And then 30% goes towards charity. Wait, shit, I figured out the fucking math behind it. So then if 1.3 million went to charity, and that's 30%, that means multiply that by 3.09 or something. Let's just do 3.1. So Creator Clash 1 probably got like $4 million. Assuming that math is right. It's probably wrong. I probably just hyped myself up. Do not believe me. Yeah, so he's also trying to claim, let's see, I'm at 1420. That's an easy number to remember. He's trying to claim that he raised money for Creator Clash 3 and that he's all like, it's all set, guys. It's all done and dusted. We've got the money we wanted for charity. It's a fifth of what they got for Creator Clash 1, and they didn't even do it themselves. They did it, it's fucking Hassan and Ethan fighting over a war in the Middle East that got like 250,000, and then another 30,000 from AB and Lena also doing a charity stream. None of this goes to Creator Clash. Like, none of this is going to the fighters either. Yeah, he did profit off the first one. He clarifies later in this video that he only got... I did pre-watch this. He clarified later in the video that he only got what the fighters got. He doesn't say what the fighters got, but from what Harley said on... I think it was Nick DiOrio's stream, but I think he also did a stream with Ethan and some other podcast, they probably got about $50,000. But didn't Anissa also fight in the first one? I think she prepped for the second one at least. So we don't know what she got. Actually, wait. I don't want to rewatch this section, but I feel like I need to. Where does he pull up the 34%? That's what I need to rewatch. Oh god, YouTube scrolling. Come on. Isn't there a way? Ah, there we go. I got it. I figured out how the frame dragging works in YouTube. GDC 34%. Here we go.
I would say is that it was revealed with the change of ownership that Anissa and I, because we're 1/3 ownership of Creator Clash, the business, that we were getting 30.
They said they made a profit off of the 1.5 mil or something when it really was just donated 250K. Yeah, I don't know. The money situation has been so unclear on every single level of this. Because Idubbbz is coming out with his own stuff after other people are talking. Harley has said like 5 different fucking things. And there's no official statement besides random percentages that don't matter if we don't know how much money things actually, like how much money actually processed through this whole event.
4% of the profit share. We weren't anticipating this event doing well. Like we wanted to do
I mean, that's just a hilarious bit. You weren't anticipating the fucking thing doing well
enough to pay back the investors, of course. So that's one of the reasons that we were, okay with the profit share thing. But another part of it as well is that the contract wasn't structured in a way that the profit share could just directly go to charity. It was told to us like you could just donate your portion of the profit share to charity after the event. So we were like, okay, fine. And now I know some people will find it hard to believe that Anissa and I were just going to give our portion of the profit share to charity. There's nothing I could really say to, I think, convince them otherwise.
Just
it was up to our
receipt.
discretion
Just give the
at
receipt
the end of the
afterwards.
day. And if you don't believe us, I can't say anything that'll change your mind. I guess my only appeal is that year one, we made a bunch of money for charity, and I just got the fighters pay like everyone else.
Oh, yeah, there he says it. I thought he said it later. He got the fighters pay like everyone else.
And year two of the event, we definitely got nothing. So
it's kind of hard to say. I didn't know they profited off the first one too. Yeah. I mean, that's what's unclear. He absolutely got $50,000 from the first one. He probably made more than he's saying here. Maybe, I don't know if he's like trying to legally distinct himself or something, because maybe Anissa made a bunch of money from the first one as well. We don't know. And there's no receipts about any of this. That's what I don't like about either sides of this, is that people are barely providing receipts. Harley suspects that they knew they would lose 1.5 million on CC3 before the creators or ticket buyers knew. Yeah. No, the more I think about this, the more it seems like Anissa and Ian set this up for failure. And that it was, I don't know if it could be a tax write-off, but it seems like there's no way they couldn't know that it would be a massive flop. It's a disaster.
Tim Pool's at. All you gotta do to concern troll him is take one step to the left. That's it. I think concern trolling is in the eye of the beholder. With this example, you have Tim Pool thinking that Patton Oswalt is being concern trolled by his audience, or a portion, maybe like a small segment of people.
This is what happens when you fall for this stuff. Patton Oswalt falls for it. He is a weak man.
But Patton Oswalt doesn't feel that way. You know, he sees it as authentic concern, which is why he addresses it.
Ian, you're editing. I don't know anything about the fucking Patton Oswalt situation. Why is it wrong? Why is it good? Tell me.
In this Instagram post.
Harley said he was pocket watching the first events too. He absolutely was. He got his pay, but did his wife make money too? He says he got paid fighters pay, but his wife is part of this too. Yeah, absolutely. We don't know. Maybe he got $50,000 and she got much more, because she did buy like a $5,000 Louis Vuitton bag after that. She did get like an insane amount of tattoos after that. Which, like, for a couple, I mean, Anissa seems like she just spends whatever the fuck she wants, but for Ian's side, for a guy who like is like looking for every change in his wallet. Seems pretty irresponsible if they didn't make like a bunch of fucking money.
By the way, the concern is basically just...
Also, I don't know how the fuck they're living in fucking California without making a shitload of money off the first Creator Clash.
People were uncomfortable with his association with Dave Chappelle because Dave Chappelle did some transphobic or said some transphobic shit. But Tim Pool has such a fucking low emotional IQ that he doesn't realize it.
That's hilarious. That is fucking insane coming from Ian. Low emotional IQ. Jesus, dude. Are you serious? Also, no showing of... I don't know if Patton Oswalt even revealed... Oh, here it is. Never mind. I wasn't looking. I saw a friend I hadn't seen in a long time this New Year's Eve. We know each other since we're teens. He's a fellow comedian, the funniest I've ever met. I wanted to post a pic on Instagram about it, so I did. The friend is Dave Chappelle, 34 years. He's refocused and refined ideas a lot of us took as settled about race and history and life on planet Earth and spun around
Isn't
with,
a big deal to listen to what other people are saying and like adjust your behavior. It's all up to our own fucking discretion, right? Like if you aren't to the point, Tim, where you know you don't want to apologize for...
I was gonna make a skateboard tattoo joke, but instead I'll point out that she used her purse to buy a purse. She did. She literally did. Yeah.
Fucking anything. Which, by the way, it seems like that's a theme on your podcast, is basically saying like I'm not a problem. But acting like that's the way the rest of the world needs to operate, it's like I think Patton Oswalt is doing just fine operating the way he's operating.
Wallow in it. Okay, Patton Oswalt? Never tell an offensive joke again. Never cross the line again. Good luck trying to figure out where that line is. Good luck. You won't find it.
Good luck, Patton Oswalt. Good luck, Ian, finding out how to be funny again. Her tattoos could be done by a meth head on the corner for $20 and a gram of Fend. You know what's so, like, black-pilling about this is fucking... Her tattoos are awful, right? Like, almost everybody who's not in their immediate circle, and I bet even people who are just like, yeah, Anissa's tattoos are bad. They literally skipped their friend's wedding, Max Mofo's wedding, so that Anissa could get tattoos in LA. Her horrible fucking tattoos that look like they were done by a homeless person with fucking tendinitis, they skipped the wedding for. Who the fuck? Why would you do that? Look, I don't know. Maybe I'm classy, but I feel like you shouldn't do that. I don't care. Max already said that they don't have a problem with it. They understand. It's fine. Whatever. It's just like... I don't get it. It's so shitty. It's like, I wouldn't do that. I don't know many people who would do that, who would do like such a bonus thing in life instead of going to a wedding, which you only ever have one of. Anissa has fucking hundreds of tattoos, and she can't fucking like just delay it by a week to go to Australia. What the hell? That's so rude. Like I don't know. That feels like a parasocial thing almost to care that much, right? Because it's not I'm not in the situation. I'm not Max. I'm not Chad. I'm not Max's wife. Who cares, right? But like, maybe, like, I don't know. It's just like, she's not only skipping a wedding, but she's skipping a wedding for horrible tattoos. A normal person totally wouldn't do that, yeah.
You give in to the concern trolls, and you will never work again.
It's so fucking funny, too, because Patton Oswalt has been doing comedy since Tim Pool was in fucking diapers.
This is such a bad argument, Ian. Oh my god. It's not because Patton Oswalt has been doing comedy forever, so he'll work forever. The argument could be like, it's because he fits in with Hollywood, and he's not being transphobic or whatever. And he's going against Dave Chappelle, who's not widely accepted. I don't know. It's not like... He's old. He's old, okay? Okay, Tim, he's fucking old as dirt. He was there when the dinosaurs were there, while you were still, like, a fucking dust in the cosmic galaxy, okay? So fuck you, Tim.
What the fuck are we talking about? Can we please, like, I don't know. It feels like people like Tim Pool love to appeal to, like, authority all the time. In this scenario, can we please appeal to authority?
You just appealed to age. For that style, it's a dime a dozen. Couldn't have been rebooked with, and could have been rebooked with any other artist, many other artists. Absolutely. I kind of want to see what they look like. Give me a second. What is their thing called? I think Idubbbz has it linked here. Maximum damage. They're one where she has like a lower cut. Yeah, there we go.
Play that funky.
He ruined my career. Come on, man. Look at those tattoos. Whopper, 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 whopper. I need to pull OBS onto my other screen. One sec. So that I can make sure that you guys can see it whenever I zoom in. No, it's not letting me zoom. If I do that and then... Nope, that's not working either. Whatever. You can see that her tattoos are not incredible. She has like a pelican. She has like a fucking Chucky doll. And like the rest look like henna tattoos. I think that's the waves of the ocean on her elbow. They're just... That's a bird. What mod are you playing on, Hoy? I'm playing the Black Ice test mod. I don't know what those other tattoos are. Flame grilled, taste with perfect. Stopping. What are you talking about? I was going for a completely different thing. Wait, let me pull up what I was thinking of. No, it's my wrong account. Yeah, it's Destiny. You can see my my past Reddit Dagother. It'd be hilarious if I put on N Bomber Guy. That's fucking awesome. Whopper. No way, Wheelchair Dog? We should watch Wheelchair Dog. I'm not doing that. What are you talking about? Mayo, yeah. Trying to find the Whopper thing you're talking about. Is it this?
Whopper, 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 Junior, Double, Triple, Whopper, Flame Grill taste with perfect toppers.
Hell yeah, dude.
Lettuce, mayo, pickle, ketchup.
Oh my god, it keeps going. Yeah. Okay, not sponsored, but I do want a Whopper now. I had a friend who was like fairly skinny, and then they started working at Burger King, so they got like the free fries at the end of the day. They have chicken fries there, American classic chicken fries. Have a nice day, you too. That was a Burger King plant who just came into the chat to advertise Burger King. He did good. I'm gonna buy Burger King tomorrow. And my friend gained 80 pounds eating the fucking like old chicken fries. Honestly based. Oh yeah, and yeah, I'm playing Vice. They had an update where they thought they fixed a bunch, and then my Steam didn't update, so I'm actually playing on like the one from a month ago.
Or acknowledge that this guy has tremendous authority over you
USA
in the world
Green.
of comedy.
Unless you think comedy is saying, like, I went to a Jewish bakery the other day. They had bagels. Really good, really good, really impressed with it. That's the comedy you're headed for. That's the joke South Park made. And even South Park has started pulling its punches. Let me tell you about the real world, my friends. Get woke, go broke.
One of the reasons that I'm bringing this up is because after the content...
I haven't heard that in ages. Dude, okay, so I do watch Chud Logic, and one of the things that I've taken away from him is that it is so easy to shit on people on the right now. If you want to shit on Tim Pool or Trump or dude, Jeremy from The Quartering, holy fuck, right now it is so easy to do that. And I am so surprised that I'm not getting recommended shit about that, right? Has anybody else heard of like what Jeremy and The Quartering is going through? We are off topic as fuck because Idubbbz video is boring. I don't like Jeremy. Jeremy sucks. Jeremy the quartering bankrupt. Yeah, 33K views, $300,000 in debt. Jeremy Hambley loses it. I don't watch Kino Casino. Who are these people? I know Smash JT. He did a fucking Grums video and it sucked ass. Or he did a live stream with Grums and it sucked ass. Yeah, so the story behind this is the quartering made a coffee brand and he went like $500,000 in debt for it and is begging for money to like save his life, to save himself from getting fucking like losing the house. I peed in my basement. Yeah, he fucking peed in his basement, like right next to his fucking arcade machines. How is there not more people talking about that? The only reason I haven't is because like I still want to play video games from time to time. I have other stuff I want to work on, and like I'm not a full-time streamer, but like there is so much going on in my head. Let me try not to get too derailed. One of the later streams I was going to do is about a lot of the leftist streamers who like are begging for money right now, but I haven't seen any of them cover the quartering or Trump or like anybody. And I'm going to do it as an experiment from like what I kind of imagine to be like a lefty point of view, because I want it to be like it's a social experiment, guys. Because like, how the fuck are you not criticizing the quartering right now? That seems like easy money. He's broke. He's a fool. He's a moron. It's kind of insane. There's Arch Warhammer. Okay. Simple sold himself to the Russians. True. He got a few $1 million from the Russians so he could finally stop living in his van.
Cop, I noticed a huge influx of concern trolls. They're trying to impact things in the real world. They're trying to, you know, make people crash out, as I was kind of indicating in my video. But I will say, one of the concern trolls was super fucking obvious to me. They came into the Discord. I'll read you what they put so you can kind of get a vibe for what a concern troll might sound like. Now, this comment is in reference to me saying that I think he needs a good ass whooping. What are we saying? He needs a hug? No, he doesn't need a hug. He needs a good fucking ass whooping is what he needs.
Wait, he's in the press pool for the White House? Aw, fuck. Oh. That's no good. That's really shitty. Wait, I need to pull something up. Can I copy a link to this and play it in a browser? That's awful. Wait, stop. I don't want my Brave to show. You have to pay to be in prison? This Discord link gonna work? It is not going to work. Thank you. It opened like a media player. Dude, fucking stop. Why is it like this? It's on brand though. Show us. True. Just give me a second. Media player? Okay, media player is on.
They're the absolute worst.
This is a Trump clip I saw today. I have no idea if this is real. I feel like it should be though. Window source. Window capture, media player. Yeah, there we go.
They're the absolute worst group of people we've got in our country, and it's not even close. I think we'd all be better off with them gone. But as I was saying, my administration and I have been taking careful note of the work of Colossal Labs, the biotech company that resurrected the dire wolf.
The
if
dire
they can
wolf.
Bring back wolves. They can bring back dinosaurs. Terrible lizard. That's what dinosaur means if you break it down. But picture this, folks: Velociraptor, mounted border patrol agents. They'll rip your head clear off. Pterodactyls patrolling the skies. Velociraptors on the ground. to prevent the immigration apocalypse we may have to counter with a dino-apocalypse, folks. It's true.
Oh, it is a deep fake. Okay. There you go. I had to show that to you guys. I didn't have to. That was probably a horrible sudden stop to the stream, but we're getting ready for the dino-apocalypse to stop the immigration crisis, I guess. Let's go. To be fair, there has been a lot of, like, high up people in the government who really like the fucking direwolves. Okay.
They say, just being for real, this line in the video was pretty strange. Red flag number 1. At worst, it's a call for physical assault. At best, it's very toxic masculinity-esque. It just comes across as parody, right? This was literally no one's concern ever. He needs a good fucking ass whooping is what he needs.
Okay, no, dude, you cannot bring up... Oh, this is another part. You can't bring up, like, Anita Sarkeesian and saying that you agree with her more and more every day and then make this point, right? Am I insane? Also, to me, it's not just, like, that's just being played out of context, right? That's not showing the rest of the hour-long, like, hate video, concern trolling video. With everything else in that video, it does definitely make it seem like you do not care for the well-being of Ethan Klein. And especially in the context of the content deputy and the podcast with the Western Kabuki podcast. That's actually, like, I did a video on it. It's just the first, like, 30 seconds. We're golden, guys. We're the golden girls. Wait, how do I do this without fucking everything up? Does it matter? I don't think so. Go to my studio. Idubbbz is a two-faced snake, and I fucked up. Thank you for the subscriptions! I can see the number. My subscriptions are rising. Idubbbz is a two-faced snake. Come on.
Ethan can do a vibe check and know, you know, where his friends are at online, even if they're internet friends, even if they're, you know, you're just seeing their tweets mostly.
You don't know what's on my feed. What the?
I think he would need to lose a lot of money. But Ethan, as the example, would have to crash and burn and get hurt in like a very life-changing way. Not physically hurt necessarily.
Are you like still like boxing? Is that like a hobby you won't let go?
Totally.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with it. I really want to eventually get like a win.
I spent my last fucking 4 years working on this stupid boxing shit.
I mean, at this point, there's really no more people to fucking kick off the ship. It's all just a bunch of demons in your audience.
No, he doesn't need a hug. He needs a good fucking ass whooping is what he needs.
But yeah, hurt in some way, feel the fucking impact and the weight of, you know, his actions. Like, that's great.
I really care about this person a lot.
Oh, okay. So that's the end of that. Yeah, so I will say maybe that was a little scummy of me, on the other hand, to like edit all of those out of their contexts to put it all together. But I just feel like it's damning. I just feel like once you have heard all the other shit that Ian has said about Ethan, and in their full context, I don't think it makes it that much better. If you want the full context, I should have linked it, actually. I'll fix that after this stream. But it's the Western Kabuki podcast with Idubbbz, Content Cop H3, Content Deputy H3. Because to me, like, no, it's not just the you need an ass whooping. It's the I also want your career destroyed and I think you need to be hurt. Not necessarily physically. Like, what the hell, dude? That's insane. Yeah. I don't get it. Sorry, checking something. 1 sec. Okay, we're good. Basement piss. Okay.
Either way, it doesn't seem to align with Ian's mentality towards being more progressive and against harassment. You see what I mean? It's trying to like insert like a little seed of doubt. Whoa, you might have been irresponsible here. You might need to take accountability for what you've put out on the internet. Never mind the point that you were making in the video. I think you need to repent for your call to violence. I don't think any creator should make that kind of statement unless they have a very good reason to do so, morally speaking. Because you never know what one of your fans might do. It's quite dangerous. I mean, to someone who hasn't been through the ringer of concern trolling, I'm sure this could, like, upset or confuse someone, but this is just fucking drivel. I honest to God just think his vid and the whole intent.
I mean, I don't have much to say here because I just feel like, I don't know. It's obvious, right? That's how I feel about it, so I apologize for not commenting, like, super much. But, like, I don't know. Come on. The thing about concern trolling, and I think it's worse if it's on stream, because whenever it's on stream, you have to deal with, like, you're trying to show off your personality or whatever, right? So, whenever it's off stream, whenever you do have, like, thousands of comments or whatever, you're allowed to just take them normally, right? You don't have to, you can take them seriously or take them however you want, I guess. You don't have to take them seriously. But just because they're concern trolling doesn't necessarily mean that their point is wrong. It doesn't necessarily mean that they are wrong or stupid or their comment is stupid, even if they are concern trolling. I didn't mean to link to the Destiny sub, but I'm a boomer. I can't figure out how to delete. Just Google Tim Pool wearing his beanie at the White House. Oh, sure. Tim Pool, White House. Oh, AI overview. Tim Pool recently made his debut in the White House press room, representing his media outlet Timcast. He asked the first question at the White House. The first question, he gets that prestige, raising questions about legacy media bias and their portrayal of the Maryland man. Dan Diamond, an ex-formerly Twitter user, noted that Tim Pool was given the first question. Yeah. Jesus. That sucks dick. That sucks cock, even. Tim Pool hits back at critics over White House clothing. MAGA podcaster goes full suck up in first White House interview. Tim Pool's question slams legacy media podcaster. That's insane. I can't believe Tim Pool. He finally made it, everybody. Tim Pool finally made it to the White House. Jesus. When is Xander Hall getting to the White House? When's Destiny getting to the White House? That's insane. I can't believe Tim Pool got there.
Tension would have been better without that in it. I don't see why he said that. Ugh. Of course, this is a new user to our Discord, so no post history. So we gotta get creative. You reverse search the username, and you find that they have a Twitter. Their Twitter is suspended. The Blue Sky account, though, has tweets like, "So how long until Destiny gets banned from this app? Hashtag DGG.
Yo, confirmation that Idubbbz knows about Destiny. Actually, wait, there's a fucking awesome clip. I don't know if we're coming up to it or if I skipped it. No, I think we're coming up to it.
Hashtag Dalaban.
He's laughing at Dalaban. Oh my god, maybe he does have a sense of humor.
Hashtag Destiny. Tankies are already terrified of arriving Dalaban forces, following back all liberals. Hashtag DGG. Now, the reason that these posts are relevant is because Destiny is quite famous for saying very unhinged, offensive shit, and he doesn't really seem to care that much about.
I wouldn't say that that's what he's famous for. I think he's famous for quite a few other things, but okay.
About it.
Don't pretend like you care about mental health or any of that cringe shit. Just be based. Tell people to kill themselves. Make fun of people who are on SSRIs. Make fun of people who have depression or anxiety or GD. Just do that. Just embrace the I can't say the words on stream anymore. All the slurs and everything you use. Just do that. Go full in on it.
Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that I don't think this user is actually worried about the language I'm using.
You can be a part of a community and disagree with the head of the community, okay? That's called tolerance. Yeah, exactly. Hassan is literally famous for saying unhinged shit. Fucking America deserved. Dan Crenshaw getting his eye fucked out by a brave Mujahideen soldier, like that shit. That's insane, and I can't believe. Like, how are you siding with? Like, how are you criticizing Destiny for saying unhinged shit and then being like, oh yeah, I'm like Hassan's best friend now? Jesus, my team just threw the finals. That fucking sucks, dude. I want to play the finals just so I can meet JFJ and get killed by him 7 times. I'm not saying that they're terrorists. I'm not saying that they're good. Jesus Christ. All the shit, like... And the shit that he said about Tectone recently, I'll probably do a stream about Tectone later. The shit where it's like, Tectone is like a generational, I don't like saying the word. I'm still such a pussy with that. Tectone is like a generational, like, he has the gene. He has the fucking, oh god. It sucks. But no, it's fine because Destiny is telling people to kill themselves while Frogan has also said worse. Frogan, oh my god, dude. I don't want to talk about Frogan because I'm multi-streaming, but yeah, she has said way worse. Not way worse. She has also said worse. The fucking 9/11 birthday cake or whatever. The veterans thing. Jesus. Sean the Black, yeah. Here's what's crazy to me, right? Besides literally every single part of this situation, one of the craziest things to me is how Idubbbz is so unself-aware, because Sean the Black literally it was like on Twitter or a podcast or something where he realized that he didn't have to, or it was his own stream, sorry, where he realized that he didn't actually have to say anything nice at all about Ethan Klein. Where he was just like, well, wait, Hassan didn't say anything nice. I didn't have to say anything nice. What the fuck? Family. It is family. I forgot her name. I'm looking at her name right now. Frogan is literally like a moderator, previously for Ethan Klein, I think, and now for Hassan as well. I think that's how she pays bills, if she does pay bills. She might just live with her parents. No, she doesn't, because Hassan doesn't pay his mods. Never mind. I got a real job. That's how I fucking continue. I got an actual job. I don't stream to 10 people. 1 person, realistically. Myself. And beg for rent money.
I don't think that they're concerned about me being toxic masculinity-esque.
Make fun of people who are on SSRIs.
And I kind of don't think that they're worried about a call to violence. I actually think that they wouldn't mind me doing a call to violence.
Tell people to kill themselves.
So they actually might even be encouraged.
Is that New Destiny? That looks like New Destiny. Destiny had like a really big, he had like a facelift after the Pixie situation.
Tell people.
But he's playing Factorio, so that's probably old Destiny. I think I recognize the room. I think that's old Destiny. Also, like, I think Destiny's like online group is one of the ones that allows for the most different opinions. In general, you're not allowed to be wrong without getting banned, but you're generally allowed to have like the widest variety of opinions, I think. Especially after the Pixie situation. Like him telling people not like don't ban people who are making fun of it and all that kind of stuff. So I could very easily see somebody who's like, how come you're calling for violence, Ian? That doesn't seem very progressive. And then also disagreeing with fucking Destiny telling people to like kill yourself if you're on SSRIs. Like, I don't know.
People to kill themselves.
They actually might even be encouraged by a call to violence, if I had to guess, you know. I can only speculate based on hashtag Daliban, which is just some racist Twitter group. Ultimately, concerned troll.
Wait, no, I'm gonna do a Destinyism. Wait, let me get paint up. Okay. We're doing a paint stream. Resize. File. Edit. View. How do I resize and paint? Pixels. 1,000,000 by 1,000,000. Okay. Image. No. Window. Paint. No? Come on. Why is it black? What the fuck? Alright, we're not doing a paint stream. Okay. Here's what I'm trying to say. Idubbbz is saying that Destiny's audience would be encouraged by a call to violence. Idubbbz also hates his current audience because there are people left over from the Kickstarter crap and Content Cop videos where Ian was much more mean. So therefore, Ian somehow doesn't think that his audience would be encouraged by a call to violence. And people have also sent skulls to Ethan's house, and he's like just laughing at it on Noah Sampson's charity stream. And so he's not calling it violence, but Destiny's is much more thoroughly calling to violence. I don't get it. I don't understand what's happening.
Trolling is just saying something in bad faith. It's very similar to tone policing or sea lioning. But I didn't really want to talk about those because those feel different to me for some reason. Specifically sea lioning. That shit isn't even intuitive. You know, I've looked it up, I think 3 times now, and I still don't fucking... I mean, I get it.
Sea lioning is a type of trolling or harassment that consists of pursuing people with relentless requests for evidence, often tangible or previously addressed, while maintaining a pretense of civility and sincerity, and feigning ignorance to the subject matter. I mean, has Idubbbz posted, like, the receipts for Creator Clash? Has he posted shit that's, like, easily accessible by anyone, anywhere? Because I don't think it is. It's funny. It's funny when Idubbbz does it. True. It's hilarious when Idubbbz does it. Operation Sea Lion. Yeah, wait, let's see if Germany is planning an operation. Wait, let me save. I think they do. I think the AI is programmed to do it, but maybe only if the UK is a player. Oh. I just got a notification. Fish Tank Season 2 is officially edited and live. Dude, they are! No way. Germany is planning a fucking, naval invasion of Wrexham. Not naval, aerial. Okay. I'm gonna go grab a water real quick because I am talking way more than I thought I would. Alright, Kings in the chat, I'm back. I hope it doesn't take too long. So, wait, okay, wait. I might have missed it. Does he talk about the context of him getting sea lioned?
Reason, specifically sea lion, which is just some racist Twitter group. Ultimately, concerned trolling is just saying something in bad faith. It's very similar to tone policing or sea lioning.
Oh, he's just saying
but I didn't really want to talk about those because those feel different to me for some reason. Specifically sea lioning. That shit isn't even intuitive. You know, I've looked it up, I think 3 times now, and I still don't fucking... I mean, I get it. I just can't recall it easily. So, in my mind, that means it's stupid. It's not working. I can't bust it out in the middle of a heated argument and say, you're sea lioning me.
Yeah, you could. If I was to go up to you, I'm like copying him in the video because he's pointing at the screen and I just like fucking pointed at the screen. if I was to go up to Ian and ask him for like, hey, give me the receipts on fucking Creator Clash, and he had already posted them somewhere that was like, dude, just follow the fucking link. It's right there. It's like pinned to my Twitter. That would be sea lining.
Hey, see, it's because you grew whiskers in the middle of this debate. That means you're sea lining me. You started flapping your arms and going, oh, oh, oh. Therefore, you're sea lining.
You're a better editor. Why are you peeking the mic?
There you go. It feels like two people getting into a shouting match is more an accurate descriptor of sea lining than whatever the fuck it is. I think the least problematic part of being a concerned troll is them taking a moderate position, potentially. Because at that point, you're just being a party pooper or like a killjoy. A buzzkill. Like, we're familiar with these types of people. They're just constantly reeling people in because they're worried that they're using like too crazy a rhetoric or they're getting a little too excited, right? And I think we all could use people in our lives to like reel us in a bit.
I'm not muted. My brain is just exploding. He literally criticized the fuck out of Dan for doing exactly that on Ethan's podcast. And now he's saying we all need somebody like that. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. What the fuck is wrong with Ian? I like screamed it in my other fucking in the other stream I did whenever he did the Kabuki podcast, but he cannot keep any kind of consistency. He's a different person every single week, it feels like.
The aspect of concern trolling that bothers me the most is the role-playing aspect. There isn't really a lot of incentive to not be anonymous online. There are some people out there who've made the unconscious choice to be like, my online profile is just an extension of who I am in the real world. And then there are all the people who consciously decide to stay anonymous. Now, for some of these people, it's just like, I want to be safe and I really don't want to take that plunge. Fair enough. But then there are the people who are like, not only am I not going to be myself, I'm going to be someone else. You know, I'm going to be someone else so that I could fuck with this community of people. Now, every time I see these characters, the image that pops in my mind is not like, oh, like you're a clever, smart guy who has infiltrated the opposing faction. You're like the spy in Team Fortress 2.
My girlfriend and I were talking about this. He is fucking stuck in 2017, 2018. Because, like, he's bringing up all these people, all these references to shit that's, like, for teens or kids or just, like, of the era. Right? So, like, he's bringing up Anita Sarkeesian from fucking 10 years ago. He's bringing up TF2. He's bringing up Death Note in the edit. But that's just this video. In his other videos, he was bringing up fucking, like, SpongeBob references. He's using fucking, like, clip art. And he's, like, somehow he's regressed in a lot of aspects, especially editing. Dude, I can't get over this so much. He used to be such a good editor, and now it's, like, blows. Yeah, I don't know. It just sucks. Also, for the anonymity thing, OPSEC, I am a computer scientist. You should be as anonymous as possible on the internet. Unless you're like directly making money from it and you get something out of your personality, you should basically be as anonymous as possible on the internet. People are freaky. I have seen so many swatting videos. I have like heard so many stories about people who do get swatted. And it's not just swatting, there's like identity theft stuff. And there's a lot of shit that you should be worried about and that you should stay anonymous for on the internet. Like, don't give your information out. Check your links. Don't get fished. Don't get spearfished. Don't get whaled. All that kind of shit. Idubbbz can't handle the fact that he was a bad person and still can't handle the fact he was a bad person. Yeah, but it's like, I totally agree. But for some reason, he thinks that he's become a good person. Like, he donated like $1.25 million to charity, allegedly. I'm alleging that. I don't think that's true. I'm alleging that he's done that because I don't think it's completely provable anymore, or proven. And that makes him like a good person, or because he's like fighting for Anissa's cause that he doesn't actually care about, which he said in the fucking Kabuki podcast. He does not give a fuck about Palestine or any of this like political shit. He's just doing it because Anissa likes it. I don't think he's a good person. I don't know how he thinks he's a good person. Even the stuff he claims to care about, he only does publicly, but whenever he's on some obscure fucking podcast, he lets it rip. I don't get this guy. I don't know if this is a person anymore. Like, it's insane. Please don't steal this boomer's identity. Good luck with my debt. Jesus. Yeah, careful. Watch your identities. I got my wallet stolen like 3 weeks ago. Panic mode. But, you can save your identity with ExpressVPN, with Ghost VPN, with NordVPN. No. There's... that... Oh my god. Yeah. There's got to be a comedy movie out there about that, about somebody who like steals somebody's identity, and it turns out they have like a credit score of like 100, like something that's like comedically impossible, and they have like 5 mortgage liens, some shit like that. So yeah, be careful out there, folks.
It's like, no, that is a fantasy. What you actually are is you're like Steven Crowder in a wig at a women's only event, thinking that they're making some kind of grand point.
Hi, I'm Stephanie with all the frequencies of feminism, and I am here at the Women's March in Austin.
We quickly found out that nobody questions, criticizes, nor runs security background checks on trannies.
Oh god, I can't. Why did you include that? Why did you include him saying a slur? I don't care that much, but it's also like, how the fuck does Ian care? Not care. Starting Adam Sandler. True. He needs another movie to pay for his friends' vacations.
The reason someone like Steven Crowder gets into this position is not because of his cunning. It's because people are like, oh, you're a fucking weirdo freak. I'm staying, 20 feet away from you at all times.
Wait, dude, you can't. Oh my god. Dude, oh my god. I'm being overly dramatic. I hope it's at least a little entertaining. He's literally posing with people. He's literally like walking.
I am here at the Women's March in Austin.
He's literally walking in an event with people, taking photos of people, walking side by side. I think the opposite point was made than Crowder wanted to, that the people were actually like kind of accepting. Like they don't run security background checks. Like, why the fuck would they? It's a protest. You just walk up and join.
Crowder gets into this position is not because of his cunning. It's because people are like, oh, you're a fucking weirdo freak. I'm staying, 20 feet away from you at all times. Or I'm going to be a very non-judgmental person, and I'm not going to ask any questions about whatever you got going on here.
We could get away with anything, go anywhere, act any way we wanted, and we were really able to learn what today's progressive issues are all about.
And I guess in this case, it's a massive own. He's proven that people are tolerant of him. Having said that, I think we can end this video on a positive note. I'm proposing...
I got owned. I got totally fucking owned there.
That fucking with people might be a way for some of these concern trolls to indulge in things and lifestyles that they never thought were possible because they're so opposed to them. So by pretending to be the very thing that you hate, you might actually gain some sympathy, or you might be like, oh, actually, the people in this community I kind of fuck with. All right, guys, that is going to do it for this episode of Idubbbz Complains. I hope you enjoyed watching. I will put a Patreon link down below. I'm still cooking on what needs to be uploaded there, so don't expect content on there straight away. Thank you for all of your kind comments down below. I know that they're all going to be kind, just singular kind words like "you rock," "go you go," and shit like that.
Okay. So what are the comments like? Well, what's this? Okay, so you have the stand up to cancer. Why did you mark your outro? Do that so I don't show. Where are the comments? Is it because I'm like, this is not what podcasts are? Guys, is Anissa's husband okay? This is very gay. Happy Pride Month. Happy Pride Month, everybody. I think it's also Men's Mental Health Month. Jumps off countertop. Concerned trolling. Nah, that's not funny. Don't worry, Ian. I'm concerned and trolling simultaneously. True! You can do that. You can be concerned and trolling. Yo, Rob's media reference. I'm glad Anissa's husband is recovering from chemo. Somebody help this poor man. He's crashing out. True. This will single-handedly bankroll Nick DeOrio's retirement fund. Nah, I think Nick DeOrio will go bankrupt. Not because he's bad with... Actually, kind of. He's going to buy so many fucking watches and arcade machines. A pinball. Ian, you can't be this dumb. Your last content cop was the biggest example of concern trolling. What do people think of that? That wasn't concern trolling. You should watch this video again. Watch the content cop again, then rewatch that video. Yeah, it's just put the charity bunny in the bag, bro. So true. I miss Gangnam Style Slenderman. That gets a like. I will always remember Gangnam Style Slenderman. Okay. Well, that's that video done with. I've been shouting so much. God. I can't believe it. How the mighty have fallen. He said he was going to post a Patreon? Yeah, here we go. See how this is doing. No way. He's making $170 a month, $169 per month from Patreon. Jesus. Recent posts, bad unboxing, ad free. AI slop unboxing? Wait, so has he still been doing... no, that's it. That's actually it. All these posts, that's all he's uploaded. Oh. Okay. All right. Great job, Ian. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ian. You're the best. I love the video, and I think you should upload stuff like this more often so that you can bankrupt more people's, not bankrupt, bankroll more people's YouTube channels. I appreciate it. Thanks, bud. So this was just uploaded, right? So most of this probably just came in. I wonder how he was doing before. How's the cancer doing? We're up to, that number hasn't changed. It's still 238. So yeah, Idubbbz donated 15K. Hassan donated 210. Alana Pierce donated 1,000. Okay. The goal is 1 million. I do wonder if it'll be hit. Like if Hassan, all Hassan needs to do is 4 more charity streams, and he's got it. Thanks, Hassan. Okay, let's watch the Cameron video. We're actually gonna watch these in back order, reverse, because you guys have probably seen everything already, honestly. Camera? Is the name Cameron? F305. There we go. Maybe I should watch the first one. Oh, he's live streaming right now?
Show you guys, which I don't want to be
This guy has his own controversies. I'll cover that later. Okay. Yeah, let's watch the content deputy.
They are a terrorist organization. Like they are designated by the
wake up.
Are you Fortnite dancing? Dude, it's the fucking anime. They have the cicadas in the background.
Here, let's go.
That's pretty good.
Back.
Wait, no, that was a reference to his controversy. Let's see that phone. You can barely read it. Not there. Yandere simulator. Jesus. Talks about the controversy as to Noah Samson in this vid. It's the first I've heard of it though. I didn't see him talk. I didn't catch the full thing. Also, this is a little loud. So from what I recall, I have a decent memory. He had some association with Yandere Dev, while Yandere Dev had his like controversy, and there was another thing where he like tried to forcibly make out with a. He was 19 at the time, so the girl alleges. He tried to make out with a 16-year-old. However, that's on what is it? His name? Dickers? Some random guy I've never heard of. Dickers, Cameronf305. This guy.
Because not only does it call you babe here.
Yeah, so also good music choice, but oh, Queeman joins. Good for him. But yeah, Cameron's victim comes out and talks about it. I'm not entirely certain what happens. I don't even know how bad it is because it was like 5-10 years ago. Forced makeout session. Pretty not good. Let's be real. Pretty not good there. But I don't know enough. I have not looked into it. So we'll see later. He's threatening to sue Noah along with Ethan if Noah doesn't retract. Jesus, I didn't see that. I'll try to find that after and see what happens. Let me write that down. Clash doc. Here we go. Because I'm gonna have to pull up a whole thing about Cameron eventually. Cameronf305 threatening to sue Noah Samson with Ethan doesn't retract. Well, probably not allegations if it's sue worthy. Well, I mean, Noah's probably saying it more firmly than an allegation. Sounds like a totally different situation and woman. Yeah. There's a lot of confusing stuff going around about him right now. Which is why I want to, do... Not a stream. I want to prep for a stream where I just sort all this shit out and present it in a way that's, not confusing. And then edited that together. Because I'm confused as fuck.
Who is this cute little lesbian and how tight is her pussy?
Talks about different allegations and threatens to sue Noah. Maybe it's the same. Watch. Yep.
What's going on, guys? Didn't think we'd be doing this, but welcome to Content Deputy. Today we'll look at what Ian's been up to since my content cop released and his brilliant systematic dismantling of all criticism sent his way. Also his reaction to my video. I think a great way to start this video off is to give you guys a couple of updates. Now, let's get a little serious here. First of all, thank you all from the
There's gorillas in the background.
bottom of my heart. I'm extremely humbled by all of the support my last video received. By the time this video's out, we'll have reached 40,000 subscribers. Now, let's get a little serious here. First of all, thank you all from the bottom of my heart. I'm extremely humbled by all of the support my last video received.
Dude.
By the time this video's out, we'll have reached 40,000 subscribers, and all the support has just meant a lot. I'm gonna keep doing this. I appreciate y'all.
Fuck, what song is this? This is anime music. This is from some fucking anime VN game.
On that note, the fundraiser attached to my last video not only surpassed $6,000 raised for cancer research, which is a whole lot more than Creator Clash 2 ever did, but it also surpassed the fundraiser attached to the Creator Clash 2 VOD that, Ian made to save face for, the lack of money going to charity. That's not only incredible, it's kind of hilarious. Since my content cop, Ian has been doing some sort of humiliation tour, and the first stop was Hassan Parker's house. Hassan was doing a charity.
Dude, is he he getting that from Papa Gut? Papa Gut calls him Hassan Parker.
Stream reacting to Ethan's content nuke, and as I predicted, the funds went to the Creator Clash Tiltify. Now, I kid you not, after arriving late, Anissa's husband comes on Hassan's stream and sits in the cuck chair as they watch Ethan's video.
He does do that.
Let's see if Ian responds to the criticism of the sketch that he made with Hassan with that swastika sword. I'm Jewish!
He's Jewish!
This would be the perfect opportunity, so let's see what he's got.
I'm the one who thoughtlessly picked up the sword. We were grabbing a lot of props in Hassan's room, and there are a lot of props.
There's a lot of anti-Semitic props, and he just chose that anti-Semitic one as opposed to the other anti-Semitic ones. I'm going to kick you out if you apologize for that, by the way, because that's ridiculous.
Oh, you can't. Hassan won't let him. What a fucking pathetic fucking loser, dude. Other than sitting there uncritically while Hassan screams and tries to deflect all criticism from the content nuke, there really isn't much to criticize Ian here for.
Agree. This is going to be one of those situations where it's like I don't have that much to say because I kind of, like, I just kind of agree with it. I don't know. Sure.
Mainly because he barely fucking says a word.
Or you learn.
This is why it's Orientalist. To literally look at these dudes and go, oh no, they're fucking barbaric baboons. Don't laugh at his fucking...
During the stream, there were...
He was laughing at the sun. Also, yeah, there's like sections of Ethan. God damn it, I do it every single fucking time. There's sections of it where Ian is watching the video with Hassan, and Ian's just like, whoa, Hassan fucking said that? That's crazy.
Many times where Ian's face reeked of regret and being uncomfortable as he realizes that these new friends of his do not care about him whatsoever and have some questionable takes.
They have a shelf life because they don't have the same fucking stubborn nature that I do. They don't have the same interests as I do. They inevitably become their own worst enemies. They inevitably cook themselves. You might think you're riding high on the slop for a little bit. You might think you're getting showered with praise. An army of anonymous Redditors telling you you're brilliant. But at the end of the night, when you go home and you sit down and you look yourself in the mirror, you're not going to recognize who you've become. That's it. It's turning into a lolcow of a different variety. That's what I think.
That's so mean.
I gotta mention.
I mean, honestly, actually, Hassan's kind of on point there. There's a lot of people that end up like that. That's me. He's talking about me. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Sure. I guess that's a criticism for Cameron. None of this is particularly thought-provoking.
Mention it again.
I don't think it needs to be
One of my favorite parts about the stream is the unironic cuck chair. How do you do that to yourself? Like, you just can't beat the cuck allegations anymore, dude. Now, there's a good old saying that...
Okay, but no. It's funnier the more you describe it, okay? It's not the cuck chair. It's the cuck guest, okay? He's out of focus. Hassan is like 3 times his size. He's getting like way worse audio balancing because he's using the backup microphone that Hassan hasn't properly prepared. And he has his legs crossed the whole time. He's like, wait, fuck me, dude. I have ADHD. This is killing me. Rizzler, Jimmy Fallon, analysis.
Nice to see you. Weasel he is, Jimmy passive-aggressively rains on the parade of 2 people having more fun than him. Jimmy resents the Costco guys for having more average viewers than his net food. You can tell by Big Justice's expression that the food definitely helped win him over. Meanwhile, with Rizzler, there's less of a reaction there, but that
This is what this section of the comment cop needed to be more like, where it's like autistically describing every single thing about Ian. Like his body language. That would have been way more funny, I think.
It goes along the lines of, wherever there's a spineless cuck, there's a snake. And this snake goes by the name of Anissa Jama. Now, in my previous video, I went really light on Anissa, and that's because not only was the video not about her, but I wanted to show that Ian is a malicious, spineless piece of shit, whether or not Anissa is involved. But since my video dropped, Anissa has been continuing to win the unlikability contest of the century. And can I just say, just looking at this couple and like the evolution, it's pretty scary how things degraded.
I mean, wait. Sorry. I disliked Anissa before this.
Look at this happy, normal-looking couple.
She already
Is this a
won the
recession
contest
indicator?
years
Like,
ago.
how do you choose all the tattoos from a kid's sticker pack and think it looks good? One of my favorite insults
fuck,
I've
I
heard
fucked
is
up the
that you look
save.
like a skateboard. I think that's pretty funny. It's funny that the tattoos that Ian has kind of look like the sewer that he used to eat pickles in. Hey Ian and Anissa, I could tell you guys are pretty torn up about the whole tattoo thing, and I wanted to give you guys some options because I understand that it's probably really hard for you guys to deal with all the hate you guys are getting with your tattoos,
Hassan,
and you know, I
Destiny.
feel pretty bad. So
Ethan
I want to give you guys some
Hassan,
options
Destiny.
on how you guys can cover up your tattoos because I can tell it's really hurting deep down. So what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to grab your masking tape.
The only thing I have to say about the tattoo thing is that it's pretty played out at this point. So I don't know if I think this was the right I don't know if this was the right bit to do, Cameron. You know, coming from a professional. That's fine.
You're gonna want to get something that's around your skin tone and just cover it up. If you put enough layers on, it really starts to cover it back to how you were. It's pretty perfect, isn't it? Great. Look, you can even do some ASMR while you do it.
You know what? After looking at Ian and Anissa's tattoos, I would describe them as Jimmy Buffett tattoos. They're all like bird ocean themed, and they're like beach themed. They're like cheeseburger in paradise themed. Not all of them, but the ones that were on the fucking podcast, yeah.
And,
Cheeseburger in
take it off,
paradise
you can
ass
relax yourself a little
tattoos.
bit. Oh, and the snake isn't the only one being the retard on Twitter. The cuck is too. In his content cop, Ian was trying to criticize Ethan for the lawsuits that he was filing against people.
You can use that money to bully and intimidate people. No, you have a ton of power, you have a ton of options, you have a ton of choice. That's exactly what you get for being filthy rich.
Someone's mad
That's
at the
what you
internet.
get
But then
for
he tried
being
promoting
rich, says the literal millionaire sitting there. Cool.
Denim's GoFundMe trying to sue Ethan for claiming that she promoted the Giardia claim, which is true. She did do that. She even tried deleting evidence. After she got caught doing that, she refunded the GoFundMe and isn't gonna do anything now. No lawyer would help her with that. That would have absolutely been a frivolous lawsuit, Ian. So I don't know why you're promoting that one. Lesbians. Okay, so far Ian's humiliation tour isn't really addressing any criticism other than the sword. This isn't looking very promising. Where's this next stop? Oh, goodness. So Noah Samson, who has the personality of a dry sponge, has been doing a bunch of charity
agree.
streams
He
for
doesn't have a good
Palestinian
personality.
refugees, and that's cool and all. And on these streams, he's been having a variety of guests. Some of them were to be expected, and others were absolutely insane.
What do you think about what?
Oh, I
Ansar
forgot
Allah
he had the
now,
fucking
bombing the
Timothy
stopping
Chalamet
the
on it.
airport?
I don't know how much I'm allowed to say about how
I prefer not to
feel
speak.
about the
I
Houthis
prefer not to
without
speak.
the FBI arresting me, but I would say this motion and this motion and
oh, and he also had Idubbbz on.
We're live, yeah?
Yeah. Sorry, I keep forgetting to mention that.
Listening to this is painful. These two people having a conversation could put anyone to sleep in 5 minutes. Ian doesn't even care enough to know that Noah is streaming. This whole thing is a mess.
Actually, yeah, I guess that is true. That is a little funny. He doesn't care enough to even figure out that he's, streaming. Okay. Whatever. This video, okay.
Other than the multitude of dumb tangents these two go on and the multitude of times that Ian humiliates himself for no reason at all.
Although my hairline's kind of receding a little bit.
This stream is notable because Ian actually addresses some of the criticisms that people like myself had thrown his way, and he even mentions yours truly. Hey Anissa and husband, hope you guys are having a great time watching.
Yeah, Anissa hate watches everything.
Let's see what Ian addresses and
There's an ancient podcast clip of Anissa where she's talking about like somebody in the chat brings up potentially fighting commentary YouTubers because Anissa and Ian seem to hate them so much. And Anissa brings up like Turkey Tom, Nick Diorio, and somebody else. And it's just like so obvious from that point onwards that Anissa just hate watches so many people.
This high-energy, fast-paced interview with Noah Samson cosplaying as XXXTentacion.
I put my dick in my purse. Some people are like, oh, this is way too...
Is that what? Okay. I am a white guy. What the fuck does XXXTentacion look like? Oh. Okay.
Like into politics. They thought the video, there's a lot of people who thought the video was too centered around Israel Palestine. I was like, well, that's, in my mind, that's crazy, because I felt like it was just the smallest touch of that.
The smallest touch? It's literally the premise. You open with it.
He is extremely sympathetic to the Israeli cause and what's happening to them. His wife's Israeli. She served in the IDF. He obviously likes the...
This isn't, I mean, this isn't what he opens with. He opens with the fucking dance that he does. Actually, wait, does the dance have that... Does the dance have that Palestine, like, apron? The Palestine scarf on him? Oh, come on, YouTube. You know what the fuck I'm looking for.
Nice and charitable.
Wake up, Ethan. Also, like, you have Hassan on, who's, like, the most recent thing that they've done is fight about
broadcast coming to you.
Fucking Israel-Palestine. Oh, just show me the thing. Oh, he doesn't have the scarf on.
The state of
You're not a real
You
supporter.
act like you
Ian.
didn't even write your own video. Well, that actually might be the case.
I also take ownership for the Tana. The Tana thing was my.
Oh, that was so long ago.
Was my idea.
Glad she's
was my
never been
stupid
happier now,
idea.
though. Yeah.
So he's deflecting the...
I mean, I can just recite what everybody else has said, right? Where it's like... Her husband's having a fucking midlife crisis and disowning all of their friends. Maybe that's Anissa's behind that, but whatever. She's getting angry at people just for having money. Her event is a massive fucking disaster. Unmitigated disaster. I think nobody else has picked up on this. I'm so unique, guys. I'm the most unique guy ever. Nobody's picked up on this. It feels like they're throwing Aaron Hansen under the fucking bus by throwing him the fucking Creator Clash stuff. And then immediately, like, more people drop out of it. She's, like, exchanged a friend group completely from the H3 stuff to the Hassan group. And now I don't even know where they're going to get money. I honestly do not know how they are surviving unless Anissa's OnlyFans actually gets like $30,000 a month or some shit like that. I do not know how they make enough money to survive unless they're like begging their parents for money or running on credit cards, because this is actually insane.
Criticism of him putting his
Besides, I guess Idubbbz just releasing like a 10 million view video.
politics and his new shithead friends over a near decade-long friendship. Got it.
And then there were some people who said the exact opposite, and they were like, oh, this is just like, this is something that should have been addressed behind closed doors. Like, this is way like personal. This is your personal gripe or whatever that you're, you know, making public.
How is that the exact opposite? You had a ton of paths you could have taken. This wasn't a one way or the other type of situation. I could either keep friendship or be a political cunt. And the criticism that you're describing is totally valid. This should have been handled in private. You should have had no problem denouncing people calling your close friends genocidal baby killers who are endangering their children.
Wait. What? Was that a misspeak? That sounded like a
Keep
misphrase.
friendship or be a political cunt. And the criticism that you're describing is totally valid. This should have been handled in private. You should have had no problem denouncing people calling your close friends genocidal
I missed the
baby
denouncing
killers
part.
who are endangering their children. This should have been an extremely easy take to have.
I'm pretty satisfied with that because I feel like that's probably the sweet spot.
But he can't do that, guys. Idubbbz can't do that because he doesn't look at Twitter. Except for the parts where you, Ethan can just look at his fucking tweets, obviously, to see that he stands with Denims and Frogan.
You know, if people can say both of those things.
You're all of a sudden want to act like...
I think that's my biggest issue with this video right now, is that Cameron could be hammering way fucking harder on Idubbbz and isn't. I don't know if he's like as well informed, because I think between this video and the content cop, he had his controversy.
Like you haven't seen most of the criticism about you. Like I think you know that there's a little bit more than that. And also, what the fuck makes that the sweet spot? How are you enjoying that position? Well, I can now read.
He doesn't, because Anissa's the one who's hate watching all the fucking videos, and Idubbbz only hate watches Tim Pool.
And I can now nest now.
I guess I don't fucking know.
Thinks I'm not a good friend and have political brain rot.
I don't know. There's some of that energy that I think people like recall from old Idubbbz videos, and they're like, you know, I want that old unhinged Idubbbz energy, that kind of shit. And I kind of get what they're saying, and I think a lot of it is just generally having passion.
Hold on, this might be positive.
Yeah, it might be positive. Wait, what?
Critiques?
Yeah,
did he say that?
It's a process, but I think this was a big step for me.
Never mind. False alarm. Okay.
Wait, what? Oh my god. I want to see the full clip. Does he clip it? Does he have a link to it? Cameron, if you see this video, put a clip to that in your fucking description, because I have to see that. Let's see if we can find it. Noah Sampson, Idubbbz stream. Unra. Where does Idubbbz come in? There's Mike from PA. Oh, I doxed him. I doxed Mike. Michael. Where is Idubbbz? Was it not this stream? Oh, there it is.
Exposure to it potentially, and so.
No, show me. I need to see the transcript. Fuck, it's generating for 8 hours. What did he say?
You know, to say fucking enough's enough, because I think it's important.
Where's that clip?
Those things.
You're all of a sudden want to act like you haven't seen most of
the
family inside.
Oh, dude, I'm fucking
you should
this
have
up.
had no problem denouncing
old unhinged Idubbbz energy. That.
All right, let's look for unhinged. Off. Unhinged. Oh, it is literally just one after the other.
I want that old unhinged Idubbbz energy, that kind of shit. And I kind of get what they're saying, and I think a lot of it is just generally having passion, and that coming through in the videos. So, yeah, I think it's a process, but I think this was a big step for me. You know, to say fucking enough's enough, and also just realizing the fallout and the consequences of that, because I think it's important. You know, I think there's a lot more people who should be fucking, at least with Ethan specifically, like drawing the line, being like, fuck no, like you're not gonna talk about me like that online, you're not gonna rope me into your shit. And you know, if you know, because it's all also
okay, this is just rambling, I don't care. God, that was I don't know, whatever.
Political, that kind of shit. And I kind of get what they're saying, and I think a lot of it is just...
Okay, no, I do have something to say. I can see why Cameron cut this up the fucking way he did. I appreciate you looking for context, but feel validated. Yeah, I kind of... yeah, no problem. I really wanted to hear it because that, like, it seems clipped out of context. I want to see what it's like, but, like... Sorry, I watch too many California movies, so I say like all the fucking time. He's just rambling. I can see why Cameron cut it up the way he did, because, like, that's insane. The way Idubbbz talks in that way, it's mind-boggling. I don't know if he has a mind. Maybe his mind is constantly boggled. Like, come on.
Generally having passion.
So unclear.
This might be positive. Did he actually listen?
And he showed up late to the stream too. Like the stream, God, I'm closing out of those. He shows up like 7 hours into the stream. I don't know when he was supposed to be there. Maybe he showed up on time, but like you have time to prepare. And I don't know, maybe Noah's also disorganized, but like, come on. Not clip, just cut. Yeah, exactly. Not clipped out of context. There's barely any context.
Listen to one of my critiques.
Yeah, I think it's a process, but I think this was a big step for me.
Oh, never mind. False alarm. Okay.
You know, to say fucking enough's enough, because I think it's important. You know, I think there's a lot more people who should be fucking, at least with Ethan specifically, like drawing the line, being like, fuck no, like you're not gonna talk about me like that online.
Hold on. Isn't this exactly what Ethan did to Hassan and Denims and all these people trying to ruin his life? Like, didn't he draw the line when people were trying to call CPS on him and trying to ruin his life? I feel like that makes your entire video moot.
Because it's all also political.
Totally
Everything's
does.
political. You have to acknowledge that element as well. I'm not gonna, you know.
That's the thing with Idubbbz. Every single, like almost every single line he says, he contradicts it in another video. I hope Cameron makes that a bigger point in this, but I also don't think he watched every single piece of Idubbbz content. I don't think he caught the podcast.
No, not everything's political. If I say I shit in the woods for fun, that's not a political statement. That's me being goofy. This, my good friends, is what I like to call political brain rot. If you're seeing reptoids and Martians at every given turn of anything, and you can't just enjoy something for it to be entertainment, then you're delusional. Not everything's fucking political. Is me playing Minecraft a statement on the socioeconomic state of the world right now? You sound like Jaden Smith. You sound retarded.
Can we talk about like the political and economic state of the world right now?
You're fucking.
So, I mean, this is a belief that they have. This was like a giant controversy on Twitter like 4 or 5 years ago. Because it was like, oh my God, I hate having a memory like this sometimes. There was a huge, massive Twitter controversy because there was like some leftist who was like, all art is political. Somebody sent like an anime girl eating a burger and it was like a flurry of people who were saying like all the different ways that it was political, and then it was likewise on the other side of things, it was people who were trying to disprove it being political. When it was just like an anime girl eating a burger.
Delusional, dude. And he's such a fucking idiot. Now, before we continue with this interview, I must...
Okay, also, the thing with Idubbbz, everything's political. That understanding implies that you have the understanding that your actions have ramifications, but I don't think Idubbbz has that. Idubbbz doesn't have that understanding that his actions do things. His actions, like, push meters and push windows, and push people in different directions and everything like that. He doesn't understand that, but yet he somehow understands that, like, everything is political. Like, that's such a weird way of understanding the world that, like, for some reason he thinks that all the ways that he talked about Ethan Klein in the Content Cop were, ooh, my brain, sorry, it's getting very late here. It's midnight. How, like, saying Ethan needs to get punched in the mouth, that's like a friendly thing to do. He's trying to redeem Ethan. Not punch in the mouth, sorry. I keep saying that. He said that Ethan deserves a good ass whooping. The Content Cop wasn't that, though. Wasn't eating a burger. That's true. That I was more so just using that as an example because that was the first time I heard the phrase all art is political. And then that transforms into everything is political. That debate, anyway, I think. In the online community, in real life, everything is political has been going on since at least like the 60s and probably farther.
Just to remind you guys of a point I made about Noah in my last video. Noah's ultimate conclusion is that all of these creators back genocide because they criticize Hassan, which takes a lot of fucking hoops to draw that conclusion. And after watching this dog shit video, I completely understand why Ethan Klein and Mudahar want to sue. I won't get into my opinions on if they should or shouldn't sue, but let's just say I won't exactly feel sad if this scares the shit out of Noah Samson for years.
Look, it's that guy that came in earlier talking about Burger King got me thinking about burgers, okay? I know that the content comp wasn't about that, but I saw Ian as a giant, juicy hamburger.
Fearing generational debt. You shouldn't feel confident to slander people. Now, Noah is no stranger to slandering people. For example, he called the commentary streamer Chud Logic a pedophile baselessly, and then was later forced to apologize
This is
for it.
so old
And he's
news.
apparently still being sued by Ethan Klein and Mudahar for the slander that took place in his YouTubers Who Backed a Genocide video. And overall, outside of his orbit, he's just known for being an extremely malicious individual. So you could probably imagine my surprise when I saw this.
I wanted to bring up, I don't know if you saw the guy who made the content cop about you right after the H3 content cop was outed as a
that came across
pedophile.
my feed.
Was outed as a child rapist.
Whoa, URR mentioned.
Oh no, you could have researched this first. You're the one who.
I mean, the generational debt thing is taken from Nick DiOrio anyway. This guy is actually a giant fan of Nick DiOrio. That's its own thing. I kept teaching Burger King with 38, but yeah, I'm probably not going to go on too much longer. We're like a little over halfway through this video, and I'm losing it. That was its own controversy because apparently in like Discords and whatever, Cameron is like saying Nick DiOrio vouches for me, I'm okay despite my dramas, and then Nick is like, I never fucking talked about this guy. It's just funny seeing him make references to like URR or like generational debt and doing that. He's a giant fan, but also like maliciously using him behind the scenes. His name.
Who brought it up, dude? There's no plausible deniability here. The funny part about this is that he likely knows that he was mentioned in my video, meaning he probably saw the critiques I made of him slandering people. So in response, he does the exact same thing to me. Now, I could go on and on about all these layers of irony, like how Noah and Hassan have no problem parroting these false allegations against me based on an out-of-context phone call, yet constantly deny actual rapes.
Oh, okay, wait. This is the context for Cameron's thing?
When it has to do with the conflict between Israel-Palestine when their side is the one at fault for them. Instead of that,
oh yeah, Hassan saying pics or it didn't happen. That was funny.
Let me do Noah a favor. Hey,
that was fucking evil. That was insane.
Noah, nice hair. Let me be very clear. I did not rape or sexually assault anyone. For context, this all goes back to a short fling I had over a year and a half ago with someone 2.5 years younger than me. After a falling out, she DM'd several people and falsely...
She was 2.5 years younger than you? How old were you? That's fine. It's like Romeo and Juliet laws cover all that, so.
Accused me of sexual assault without any proof.
I'm really open and honest about what I've done. I lied about you in private. I did. But I wasn't trying to imply that, like, you assaulted me.
Then, in an apparent attempt to fabricate evidence, she called me and started recording mid-conversation talking about a consensual hookup. She then suddenly shifted the topic to an awkward hug that we had, where I picked her up. This had made her...
This is what I'm talking about. Yeah, you were right.
...uncomfortable because she had past trauma related to being picked up. Of course, while talking, she deliberately left out the context of the hug to make it sound like an awkward sexual encounter, essentially twisting two completely unrelated moments together to make it seem like I admitted to something...
Oh? Now at war with Japan.
...that I never did.
I didn't know you didn't like being picked up. I put you down. It's not sexual.
I had like a Spurg freak out and they're acting like I had a rational response.
Yeah, I didn't know that picking you up was going to trigger your PTSD. I didn't know that. You didn't tell me that. And you said that. And we've talked about it and I still feel awful about it.
Yeah, we talked. It's none of their fucking business.
It had nothing to do with sex. And after her little self-admitted manic episode, she publicly expressed multiple times that I never sexually assaulted her.
Have I ever sexually assaulted you?
Wait, oh my god. It's none of their business, but she's the one who fucking went to the drama tubers and talked about it. Okay. not taking either side, just saying it's being addressed. I personally would need more info, but it doesn't affect me at all. Yeah, true. None of this affects me. I'm not like personally invested. And same thing. I need way more info and context for this, but she's all over the place.
You or hurt you or raped you or done anything nefarious to you?
No, but I bet I know which subreddit is claiming those things.
That her allegations only came from a manic episode and tried to deflect
Dude,
everything else.
she went
because of
fucking
that.
nutto.
That pissed me off more than anything.
She went fucking nutto and fucking claimed rape allegations.
That was my words, not yours.
Exactly. You said it, not me.
I'm very, I confess to you that I thought I might have BPD because of it. Like, I'm coming to these conclusions myself. You're not just pulling stuff out of your ass to make yourself look better. I'm the one who came to you and told you that.
I have long since distanced myself from this person, obviously. Not only were these accusations disproven over a year and a half ago, even the person who made the dog shit video resurfacing these allegations has stated publicly on multiple occasions that this girl is a pathological liar, that he doesn't think I sexually assaulted anyone, and doesn't think I'm some sort of predator.
I have never sexually assaulted anyone, which is true. I don't believe he did.
Okay.
She has done that in the past, and I would not instantly take her word for anything, right? Which is why I don't think Cameron is some...
This is what I'm leaning towards also, FYI, yeah.
Sexual predator, rapist, pedophile.
Noah, this information was public and available long before your stream. What you have done is textbook defamation, and you did it on a much larger platform, ignoring the...
I don't know if I would go that far to say it's defamation, because she did claim those things. I guess... Wait, no, there's more context. I pre-watched this. There's more
publicly
context.
available facts.
Also,
That's
fuck,
illegal.
I just lost
If you have any integrity as a content creator, which I don't think you do, you will make a public retraction and an apology. And while I would love for you to do that, I have a feeling you won't. Which means Ethan and I have a lot to talk about, given that I have legal options to explore if you can't make this right. Now, Noah, I will give you 14 days from the release of this video.
Is this a different Noah? This isn't Noah Sampson. This is like the guy who was playing fucking RuneScape, right?
File.
Noah, this...
Yeah, it's this guy. I've never seen this guy before in my life. In my life. I mean, that's most people.
Is why I don't think Cameron is some sexual predator, rapist, pedophile.
Noah, this information was public and available long before your stream. What you have done is textbook defamation, and you did it on a much larger platform, ignoring the publicly available facts.
That looks so different. That's in... That's not Noah Sampson in that image. Maybe Noah Sampson did claim it. That's...
Which is why I don't think Cameron is some sexual predator, rapist, pedophile.
Okay.
Noah, this
Thank
information
you
was
for the
public and
context. I
available
appreciate
long
that.
before your
I felt
stream.
like I was
what
going
you have done
insane.
is textbook defamation, and you did it on a much larger platform, ignoring the publicly available facts. That's illegal. If you have any integrity as a content creator, which I don't think you do, you will make a public retraction and an apology. And while I would love for you to do that, I have a feeling you won't. Which means Ethan and I have a lot to talk about, given that I have legal options to explore if you can't make this right. Now, Noah, I will give you 14 days from the release of this video to issue a public retraction and apology. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. Just an honest apology for your slander now that you've seen the correct information. Now, if you don't do that, I have a plan B. Hello, Ethan Klein. If you're watching this or someone that you know is watching this, please direct them to this. Please feel free to reach out to me on Instagram. I am more than willing to join your case if Noah doesn't make things right. To close this little segment off, I'll parrot what I said in my original video. You shouldn't feel confident to slander people. You should feel scared at what might happen to you if you choose to spread malicious libel
Next guy was
against
in context that the allegations were proven to be false, allegedly. Okay. I get it now.
One.
Didn't you make music for that anime game?
Was she like 2.5 years younger than you?
Did you give her a girl a non-consensual hug, you fucking freak?
Hey, you keep that up and I'll make a video about you.
Yeah, I got a sort of little abridged.
No, now that I understand all that, that's
Anissa.
much clearer.
Hey, Anissa.
I don't know. It is what it is. I tried to
Stop with the fucking
give it too
ceiling
much
bird.
attention, you know,
That freaks the cat out.
What the hell? How dare you both? Are you guys trying to sabotage my charity video? Ugh, disgraceful. How dare you attack charity?
So what everybody needs to do is run a charity event. So then at any time somebody tries to criticize you, you can just say, dude, you're fucking attacking charity right now. Are you fucking seriously attacking charity right now? What the fuck is wrong with you? That's what everybody needs to do. Guys, Friday, I'm running a charity.
No need to give it attention, Ian. I'm sure you're fully aware of all the criticism I sent your way and are fully prepared to lampoon all my arguments if need be.
Yes, yeah, he is.
I think
He's
raising
totally
money
ready.
on
He's
his,
going to take
on
you
his
down,
video, so
Cameron.
that's,
He's going to take
that's
you
a
to
good
Brown
thing.
Town.
For
You are on base. I
like
appreciate it.
cancer
You're
or
helping
something.
out. You're helping out a
Oh,
lot,
okay.
actually.
Yeah, that's good.
But I don't want your approval. You can shove your kudos up your jama because I just made a 90-minute video criticizing you. And instead of acknowledging any of my criticism, you sit there uncritically while your retard friend slanders me. Why the fuck do you think I want any of your kudos after that? Oh, Ian, how times have changed since VidCon 2019. What a
No way. He met Idubbbz. Got a guy earlier in the chat who met Idubbbz too.
different time that was.
There are a lot of things to like mock him about, bring up, make him look stupid, all this sort of shit. Like the fucking tattoos are insane.
I have no clue how Ian feels comfortable at all criticizing anyone's tattoos. It's gotta be some cry bullying, you know, bullying based on his own insecurity.
That's what Israel does, calls it anti-Semitism, am I right? I don't know. It does kind of bring up, like, I have felt recently, like, a lot of the ADL praise has been kind of crazy. I've seen a lot of the ADL defense happening, like, people running defense for it. Whenever I thought, like, what was it, like, not 9 years ago, 5 years ago? We all hated the ADL. Evil ADL! You're taking on PewDiePie! I think people kind of just want to fight and call it whatever they want that gets them the most political points. You know? So, I don't really care. But, I'm gonna go not order a Whopper. Have a good night. You too. Thanks, Mel.
Kind of like what he criticized.
Have a good
Leafy
Whopper.
for,
Or
but
no,
maybe
don't
he
order the
forgot all
Whopper.
that. Maybe that
Do
was
not order that
knocked right out
Whopper
of his
or
head by
chicken
Dr.
fries.
Fucking Mike or something. Fucking pathetic moron.
He's trying to do all of these, like, he's trying to appeal to, like, incels on the internet and shit.
What does your wife do, dude? She does fucking OnlyFans. Her job is to appeal to little incel gooners.
That
dude.
is
He's been
true.
criticizing-
That is literally true. Miss Jomha's job is to appeal to gooners, to fucking incel gooners. That is literally her career choice. Just that's what makes her money. That's her goal. That's her life work at the moment, is appealing to gooners. That's been one of the funnier things that feels like Ian doesn't understand.
You somehow appeals to incels because for most of your life you were a fucking incel and you didn't get your dick wet until you were 27. Yeah.
I don't like that. I'm gonna be honest. I do not like the insulting people for being a little too old when you get your virginity taken. I identify as an incel gooner. I identify as an incel gamer. That's not true. I'm actually a fake cell. I'm what is it? I am a fake cell. I am a fake cell. I loved a girl once and she loved me, but I let her go. I'm the fakest cell of them all. That's me. All right, the video. I got too many.
King virgin. People are gonna make fun of you for it.
Just like a bullshit derail. It is so easy to just open a shitload of tabs whenever you get like a RAM upgrade. I upgraded to 64 gigs because one of my 32s was dying and then it didn't. So I have like a fuckload of shit open. Scientific term. I'm so fucking disorganized.
Sure, it's childish or whatever, but it's gonna happen.
And I'm like, oh, like, that's what the fight is? Like, I didn't even realize we were at that level. So, I don't know. I think I went in expecting something, like, a little bit more
a gentleman's game. You know?
Yeah.
Buddy, this is
A
fucking
mother of 2
YouTube
kids in
drama.
their late
This is a
20s.
shit
Whoa.
flinging match. You act extremely arrogant. You're not running for fucking president. This is a YouTube
I'm not a mother.
drama. What the fuck did you expect?
That's
you act
cool.
like you've never experienced YouTube drama before. You act like
got
this
his
is something
master's
new to
last
you.
Thursday?
Dude, you've been
Nice. Congrats to him. I hope he's not in computer science. But that's awesome. No, that's really cool. I watch SlopTube all day. Nice. Yeah, I'm a programmer. I do the same thing. I watch SlopTube all day. I have a few projects I'm working on to try to get out of my day job, but like, I'm just a programmer.
been dealing with it for 7 years, and you were perpetuating it for most of that time. Stop putting yourself on a fucking pedestal, dude. It's
shit,
so
11
pathetic.
destroyers
One last
got
question.
fucked.
Did you send the skulls?
I
What is your
can't
opinion on the
produce them
skulls, and
fast
did you
enough,
send
can
them?
I didn't send the skulls.
Library science.
I don't know. I thought the skulls thing was kind of.
I don't know the
humorous
statistics on
to
that.
hear that.
I'm gonna be honest. I think that's okay.
Especially when I heard that they were like from skulls.com or some
Partners
shit
in
like
programming,
that.
though. Unfortunate.
That made it funny.
Yeah.
No, for real. Programming and computer science, I think, actually teaches you a lot of life skills that are especially relevant now, like security stuff and what is it? It's called like social manipulation tactics and programming stuff and all that other a bunch of things. But computer science, I think, has the third. I was reading a bunch of articles about it because I want to confirm my bias. Computer science, I think, has like the third highest unemployment rate in America right now at like 7%, and it's projected to rise. A big part of that is like game studios and big computer companies like laying off like tens of thousands of people in favor of contractors or AI. But like it's bad out there for programmers. Very useful skill set, honestly. And like if they make it their own way, that is one of the easiest degrees to like get the discipline and self-confidence to like create your own projects and programs. But like it's hard out there being just like a day jobber.
Yeah, just like a death threat to a
personal
father,
IT guy
a
makes enough to
family.
buy a house.
So he finally
Nice,
acknowledges
that's
the human
awesome.
skulls. And instead of disavowing this unprecedented
That's great to hear.
harassment
That's awesome
on
to hear.
YouTube, he makes a joke out of it because, I don't know, they just weren't fucking freshly chopped off heads? What the fuck even is this shit anymore, dude? This retarded, safe, edgy shit? Like, stop fucking pretending to be an empath while saying shit like that.
Was it a death threat?
I'm just kidding. Yeah, no.
Was it a death threat? It absolutely was a death threat. Are you joking? How else would you
shit.
interpret that? To me, that's someone saying, hey, these two human skulls, these are you two if you keep this shit up. Maybe that's just fucking me. I don't know what the hell you're supposed to interpret from that. What the fuck is wrong with you? Fucking piece of shit. There isn't much else to say about this interview. It's just riddled with repeatedly bad arguments and not much informed to do with responding to critiques to Ian's content. Well, other than this,
I think the common defense from the other side would be something along the lines of like, don't use charity as a shield. But I think they completely missed the point that it's like, it's not a shield. It's just like, hurt me as much as you want. You know, it's basically saying like, you do not have a case.
Stop the cap.
a perfect segue into our next topic, Creator Clash. So as I mentioned earlier, shortly after my content cop, Anissa's husband made an appearance on Hassan's Piker. So as I mentioned earlier, Anissa's husband made an appearance on Hassan Piker's stream where Hassan was watching Ethan's content nuke while raising money for charity. Sounds innocent enough, until you realize that this charity is linked to Creator Clash's Tiltify. I was so close to calling it. The only possible way this event is saved is if Hassan uses a socialist script money, but even then,
Thank you.
no one's gonna
I
fucking
appreciate
show
it.
up. But I was wrong when I said Hassan.
I'll probably upload at least the bit I did on Idubbbz's fucking. Oh my god, I'm brainless right now. Idubbbz, fuck me, concern trolling video. This one I'll probably wait to cut up till I get the rest of the context, because it is way too late for me to get to the next video. But thank you, I really do appreciate it. Have a wonderful night.
was going to use the socialist grift money. Of course he wouldn't. He's the worst fucking socialist ever. So now anybody who goes to the Creator Clash 3 Tiltify, oh wow, it looks like they've raised a ton of money. Fuck no, it was Hassan's stream. Look at this. Like the overwhelming majority of this money is from Hassan's charity stream. By comparison, Idubbbz raised jack shit. Now since
also a good point that he hasn't pointed out, that ticker has not moved at all since Hassan's stream. No one else has donated much at all to the charity. It has been sitting at 238,000 for weeks now, since Hassan's stream. No one else is donating to this. No one else is promoting this. There are currently, I think, 5 other fighters, but there were like 12 fighters. 12 or 16 at the start before people dropped out. I'm going to say 12. There are 12 fighters who have not promoted this event. Or the charity. Come on.
Anissa and husband stepped down.
That feels like an easy shot for Cameron to take.
Has taken place. 2 more fighters have dropped out, Freddie Wong and LA Beast, meaning the event has no main card fight and 2 other fighters without opponents. The event was delayed and moved from Tampa to LA, and fighters have continued to voice concerns, mainly blaming these issues on Ian and Anissa, rightfully so. While I still won't be supporting this event and still feel like you should donate directly to charity, or donate to me if you want to waste your money, by that I mean don't fucking support this sinking ship, I will give credit to the new owners for transparency, as it has caused Ian to face one of my critiques head on.
I do wonder if Cameron's going to keep uploading throughout all this. Because obviously he watches Nick Diorio. One of Nick's top's advice, Jesus, is to just continue producing content through any controversy. I think like most people would give you that advice if they have any like wherewithal of the drama community. I think Keemstar would give it, and Tom would give it, and all those, and Chud, and whatever. So, like, I think this guy could keep going. What is he doing? He did make a music video. He talked about Innuendo Studios, Five Nights at Freddy's Redux trailer. Wait, what the fuck? Okay, oh fuck, it is so late. I really want to watch that video. Yandere, see you later. Okay, we will be catching these in the next stream. Oh my god. Wait, did this guy do the music for Yandere Sim? Yandere Dev? Yeah. Oh my god, he did. Okay. It's a little annoying on the ears.
Before I get directly into that, I'm going to clarify Creator Clash 3's business model, since the new owners have made it a lot more obvious and transparent. This year, the event is explicitly a for-profit event, and the only charity aspect is a separate Tiltify donation campaign. Kind of completely defeats the purpose of the event, but I digress.
Please stop calling me gay.
In the previous 2 events, any surplus of money from running the event went directly to charity after any expenses were paid.
Gorillas.
I had assumed the same thing was going to be happening this year, and the Tiltify was only just added as a shield in case things went wrong again, but I was incorrect. But you can't really call this a charity event anymore. And I do still think that giving a cut of that surplus money to charity would be better, but that doesn't matter. What does matter is that I was absolutely right about Ian and Anissa taking a profit thanks to these new owners showing the accounting. Ian then had to make some half-assed apology to Reddit for not being transparent enough, and all I can say to that is this: hey dumbass, we told you this last time, you still weren't transparent enough this time, and now you're getting criticized for it, dipshit. Fucking read. Now I gotta say, and I can't blame the new owners for this, but this whole business model feels extremely scammy. Creator Clash was always...
I mean, I think you should press way harder on the fucking... every single point that he's made so far. Jesus. But I guess in particular, he should press harder on like the unclarity of things and how like Tiltify doesn't go through the charity. You are not paying for Creator Clash. You are not supporting Creator Clash at all if you go through the charity. You're just donating to charity. There is no difference between you paying, giving money to charity through that Tiltify link versus going to PetSmart and giving $5 to dogs in need.
advertised as a charity event. In Creator Clash 1, Ian got paid. We didn't know that. In Creator Clash 2, they didn't get paid because they lost money. But in Creator Clash 3, they were going to take 34%, and none of the money made from the event went to charity. It's only this Tiltify. That feels pretty scammy, in my opinion. If it was more explicitly stated by Ian and Anissa like it has been by these new owners, maybe I wouldn't be feeling like this is some sort of fucking scam. It's extremely deceptive and misleading to your audience. Even when trying to escape criticism, the spineless cuck and the snake get shown for what they are yet again. Let's see how they feel now that the event is out of their hands.
I'm the happiest I've ever been. I know people are like,
she's the happiest she's ever
but
been.
I truly am genuinely the happiest I've ever been.
Let's see if
How
I can
you
do
say
this
that?
and, you know, run the event as well.
How can you fucking say that? Guys, I'm gonna be honest, I'm running out of juice. I'm sure you can tell. But we're just making it through the end, because the main criticism is there's not enough juice in this fucking video.
And we did for a period. But
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's in better hands.
yeah, it's definitely in better hands. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's definitely in better hands. That's disingenuous. I don't think it's definitely.
Dude, oh my god, I forgot that she said that. It's not in better hands, okay? Aaron Hansen is a fuck up. Aaron Hansen can't manage the fucking boxing event like me, Anissa, can. Sorry if I'm peeking the mic. That was probably pretty, like, annoying for you guys. Yeah, she's just throwing fucking Aaron Hansen, Alana Pierce, and Ethan Nestor under the bus there. To be fair, the event probably could go worse. From the looks of it, it already has gone south because Freddie Wong and LA Beast quit because they moved the event. But, like, come on. How can you say you did it better when... How many people dropped out for her? It was 2. So 2 people for both of them have dropped out. Let's see if more drop for Aaron Hansen.
In better hands.
You gotta love how Anissa is so
I realize that might be unclear for people. Anissa and Ian gave over Creator Clash to Real Good Touring. Real Good Touring also helped run the previous events in their own way. We don't know how that is. It is unclear. To my knowledge. I'm pretty certain that it's never been mentioned before how they helped. So, that is run by Aaron Hansen from Game Grumps, or previously known as Eager Raptor. There's also Alana Pierce who is helping. I think she was just like randomly enlisted. She's an IGN journalist. And Ethan Nestor, who I've never heard of before.
willing to engage with her mistakes, that she inadvertently attacks the new owners of the event by implying that they are incapable of handling the event. What a fucking dumb bitch. Before we go on to our final topic,
that was
I'd
mean.
like to correct a part of my content cop where I misspoke. Funnily enough, it has absolutely nothing to do with Ian, though. There's been very few people to actually leave H3's crew. Only one is left on bad terms. Hell, Dan's been there for like 7 years, if not more. So no actual crew members ever left on bad terms. That was a misspeak on my part. I was trying to refer to Ethan's old housekeeper who was suing him, but as of now, I don't think that's gone anywhere. So yeah, there's that.
I don't think any, like, I don't know. Somebody must have like picked up on that because, or else he wouldn't have corrected it. But like, I think it's pretty reasonable to assume that at least one person would have left under bad terms. That's why I don't think anybody ever brought it up.
To wrap up this video, I'm going to give Ian some clarity on something he really doesn't seem to understand. Ian, nobody really cares that you wanted to change up your content.
Also, I think the housekeeper, like everybody there is actually under the label of Teddy Fresh. I think they actually do all work for the same single company. I'm pretty... I'll have to verify that, but I'm pretty sure like the H3 podcast, the H3 channel, the housekeeping, and the clothing line are all under the Teddy Fresh company. So it's not like inaccurate, but it's also not what he's saying.
Sure, for some of us that liked your old content, it was kind of a bummer. But the problem actually arose through your extreme overcorrection and making your entire
submarines
public
off the coast of New
personality
York.
about
What the
not
fuck?
being your old self. You're very bad at responding to criticism, and not all of us get it right the first time. Sometimes you gotta mature and be more level-headed and let time pass and learn from your mistakes. You can make mistakes and grow from them. That's fine. But don't make that your entire fucking personality. And even if you don't resonate with it anymore, don't shit on people who enjoyed your old content. You come off as disingenuous and extremely fucking annoying.
Wait,
now,
they're on
I've
never
made my own
repair?
mistakes in the past, and I won't pretend to be some fucking moral peach, okay? I just want to entertain people. But I can confidently say that you've proven to be a malicious piece of shit with that wife who's an even bigger fucking snake. The way you backstabbed your friends, lied to the public about your charity event, and managed to mishandle every fucking thing that you touch over the past several years, while doing everything you can to suck up to people whose purity tests you immediately fail, is extremely fucking pathetic. And so...
Has he? Hassan hasn't like gone after him for failing any purity tests. Also, there's a phrase that used to go around a lot that's like, don't blame on malice what can be easily blamed on stupidity, something like that. Which I kind of feel here. I don't think Idubbbz is like smart enough.
Goodbye, Deputy Washburn. I'd one have been missed. Or maybe I'm just fucking retarded. But that's gonna do it for today's content, Deputy. For those unaware, I have confirmed that I will be doing more of these content cops in the future. So leave all your suggestions of the people that you love to hate in the comments below. Also, be sure to follow me on Twitter and all the other shit. And I think I have a Discord or something. I don't know. I'll leave you with the conclusion to the Grifter Saga. Enjoy.
Where's the song content cop, Cameron?
Where's the Hassan Piker content comp?
I want to see Hassan's Piker, bro.
See the Hassan
Piker. Come on, where's the content cop at, bro? Where's the video on Hassan Abi, bro?
Whoa, it's Hassan Abi.
Show us the content cop on Hassan Abi. He's a weirdo. And I want a content cop on Hassan Abi. He's a weirdo. He's a freak. He's a racist.
No,
no, Hassan Piker. Come on, I want a video.
Oh, so the next one's gonna be on Hassan Abi. Wow. Okay. I mean, that was fine. Let me close out of 44 because I'm gonna end stream here soon. I gotta get my like final thoughts collected. And I'll continue the save next time. Yeah, so well, thanks everybody for coming. I appreciate it. Big night. Surprisingly big night. Thank you. Mind-blowing support from the audience. Sorry, I'm like flatlining. Yeah, so I mean, the video is fine. I think it was a lot of like point and laughing. I don't think it was like any really big revelations. Besides, I think people seeing that Anissa's like, well, they couldn't do it better than me. A lot of it's just like clarifying stuff that I feel like we already went over. I'm trying to think of like a moment in there where I thought to myself, yeah, that was like that was really funny. That was a gut buster laugh. Or wow, that I did not know that before. That was crazy. It's not that his segments were bad. I thought they were like okay. They just needed to be pressed a lot harder. It feels like there's a lot of segments and jokes in there that he could have made more fun of. I don't think I care too much about the Noah Samson stuff. I just don't care about Noah Samson. Noah Samson is only relevant because people keep talking about him. He does not make unique enough content for people to care. And almost everything is like, I don't want to say coattail riding, but it kind of feels like it. Like in my mind, I have only seen him in relation to him talking about other people and them responding. Like, what was it? Was it the In Praise of Shadows? Was that the guy he fought with? And Chud and talking to Idubbbz and Hassan. And it's like, I don't really know why you care. Why does anybody care about Noah Samson? Besides him, like, getting other people angry for relevance, right? He's definitely a person where if you, if everybody suddenly just stopped talking about him one day, he could not survive YouTube. I don't think. I guess I would have liked more details about your controversy. I'm probably gonna have to go through that myself now, because now I'm a little interested. But otherwise, I feel like he should have gone harder about how the fucking charity didn't go up. He should have gone harder with the fucking Idubbbz body language with Hassan. I think those were the only two big bits he did, right? I mean, there's this segment about Ian talking, but I honestly barely remember that. My mind's kind of broken. I'll remember it in like 4 days. Okay, that was fine. It does make me worried about watching the content cop though, because I have already watched it, so I'm worried about talking entertainingly through it. But he does have a lot of other stuff to watch that I'll go through. Goodbye to Yandere Dev. All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I really do appreciate everybody coming out tonight. Have a wonderful evening and a wonderful tomorrow. And I'll probably be back Thursday night. Normally I would do Wednesday night, but I think I am going to need a break because my throat is very sore. So